And we are live, apparently. Good evening, anybody. Or
wonderful.
Good morning. I don't care when you're watching this, quite frankly.
Morning,
because
night, constant state of darkness, wherever you are. I don't know.
It really doesn't make any difference.
It does not.
Wherever you are, whoever you are, welcome. I am the Bardic Knock, and this is our Dungeons & Dragons 3.5 live gameplay, or if you're watching this later on when it's just a ludicrously long video because you have nothing else to do with your time, enjoy. I have gone out of my way and assembled the finest group of people who happen to be available on short notice.
However, they couldn't show up, so he's stuck with us. Roll for bluff.
That's pretty much it.
I'm not lying, though.
Yeah, so without further ado, everyone, please feel free to introduce yourself. Just for ease, we'll go down the list on Discord. So, person at the top.
Name's Archer or Ben. Call me either. Cool with that. Will be playing Keldor Softshield. And you'll find out more about him later.
Yeah, that's all you really need. Who you are and your character. If you want to give more about your character, go right ahead. Next person.
Hello, my name is Blake. I will be playing Zendrix Alvarael, the Wild Elf Druid.
All right, nice. And who's after that?
I'll be playing Mako, the mysterious sorcerer.
Yes, sorcerers. Fun. Then it's me, so we'll skip me. Next person.
No, Jim, feel free to tell us a bit about yourself.
Oh, well, actually, yeah, screw it. I'm here. I'm Matt, the Bardic Knock, that English guy who, just
Hurrah!
controls everything that goes on in the world. I provide the voices and characters for everyone who is not one of these other people whose voices are being heard.
And that's what the DM do.
Yes, that's what I do.
That you do that he do.
I am ashamed of myself for that one.
You sound like super dissatisfied with your role right now.
Why did I agree to this? Oh, because I wanted... Shh! Next person, introduce yourself before I start crying.
Someone give Matt a hug. I'm Shade, and I will be playing Kirath Greenfinger, the party cleric who isn't a cleric. No, he's not a cleric. He's an herbalist. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Alrighty, next person.
I believe that would be me. Why, yes, I am Devik Herf, and I am that guy with the murder stick. No, but all joking aside, I am the sort of Sergeant Arms who's been, as you wandered his way out of the armed forces, has now found himself at this date little tavern. Because, well, that's just where I am right now.
Alrighty, next person.
I am the fighter known as the Dark Horse, mercenary by trade, 16-year-old and slightly disarming, and you have not leveled up enough to unlock my tragic backstory.
I like it.
Well put.
I like it.
You're telling me I didn't make the right character choices to unlock the expanded backstory? Oh, man. Well, I gotta do New Game Plus. And
there's 3,000 hours I'll never get back.
You always just go to the company website and buy some of their in-game currency.
And our final player, last and probably least, introduce yourself.
East, quite literally. I'm TJ, and I'm playing the halfling rogue named Flick.
Alrighty. Well, for those of you who can see what is vaguely going on the screen, you have noticed that some people have already started rolling dice. That is what we are doing here. Well, this is me showing off my creativity and my original thinking, because I'm special and unique.
And we're showing off our skills of using a keyboard to roll imaginary dice to fight imaginary dragons.
Exactly.
And act like we have lives.
So, the stat rolling system that I believe I made up, or it might exist and I just haven't found it. I really didn't research it. Instead of rolling 4d6 6 times, I figured, wouldn't it be quicker just to roll them all at once? And that is what we are doing. Each person is going to roll 24 d6s and then just drop the lowest 6 scores, giving them 18 numbers to combine in sets of 3 to make their stats. Anybody who hasn't rolled, roll and start playing with your numbers.
I have already started the process.
Obviously, this is probably where the players are going to get a little bit quieter.
Wow, okay then. I thought we were friends.
Sorry, I just realized that you're not like imaginary, non-existent people in the general term. You're specific people.
Oh.
Are you sure?
I thought you were saying I wasn't people the first time. I'm like, well, okay then.
Oh no, the rest of them are. It's just you who's not Quint.
Oh, well. At least we have that up front.
Well, that's a roll.
So what's that make the Nold though?
That is a roll.
Oh,
Holy crap.
Lord.
Wait, what did someone?
Oh,
Well, have fun with that.
Give me
Get next.
give me the award for shittiest roll.
I got 2 18s.
I got a rock.
I have 1 6.
Oh shit!
Wow.
That might be the most
Alrighty.
unlucky thing I've
A lot
ever
of 2s
seen.
and 3s.
Just got real in here, ladies and gents.
I'm not used to having this much power in a
The
character.
rolls mean nothing. Everyone out there watching, it's just how you role play and how you end up going through the story. Stats
That's
don't
true.
mean that much.
Exactly.
Stats are helpful, though.
That it helps.
They are very helpful. If when you start putting them together, Shade, if you can't give yourself any stat like higher than like 14 or whatever, let me know and you just re-roll, because yikes, that's a lot of 3s. So you're gonna end
You
up
know
with
it's bad when the DM says yikes right at the beginning.
Wait, okay, so hang on. Wait, did you say let you know we have stats above 14 or below 14?
If you only have things below 14, like if you can't get a single stat of 15 or higher, let me know.
Okay, yeah, because I've got some pretty high stuff right now. I'm worried I might have done this wrong.
Let me see.
What have you done?
We have 73 points to spend on all this, yes?
Okay, so that has dropped 6. There should be 18 numbers there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, counting. I can't do it from over here because my screen is so far away.
Yes, he has 18.
Yes, the 18 numbers you have, you can combine them in sets of 3 to make stats.
Oh, so we're not doing actual point by then.
No.
No.
You are combining these numbers. So, for example, I can see that you've got 4 6s right off the bat. So, well, boom, instantly you've got 118.
I see. That would explain why I end up with 3 18s.
Yeah, that might explain it.
Whoops.
That is absolutely fine.
Okay, if you say so, 3 18s.
No! Stop it! You can't have good scores. Not allowed.
Yeah, just ask me.
How
Okay,
else am I
now,
gonna
so
kill
basically I
you?
just take these. Okay, so I just need to take these numbers and start putting them into stuff. Okay, give me a second.
Yeah, it basically gives you a lot of control. So it means you can purposefully, you know what, screw it, I don't need charisma, so I will put those 3 2s I don't want to use, give myself a 6 charisma so I can have a 16 strength. Like, that's kind
it's
of
just
what my
keeping track
thinking
of
was
all the
here, because
things.
when you roll the individual stats and you end up with a bunch of, say, like mediocre or yeah, all right, 12s and 13s in stats which you don't care about, or they just don't do anything for you. Okay, well, now you can actively choose to lessen a stat, because that's a lot more fun for roleplay as well. I mean, who doesn't like playing a really stupid character or a really uncharismatic character? I think it adds a lot more depth and
See,
intrigue.
I could act like what you just said made sense, but then like my eyes immediately glossed over a bit.
That's fine. You don't need to.
That's right, guys. I'm going into being that player.
Every
Good to
group
know.
needs one.
Take great notes, guys. We got at least one person who needs them.
There will be a test afterwards. Oh yes, it's gonna be
Um,
like 5 questions. It'll be really hard.
What do you mean 5 questions? It's like an hour and a half long paper with an essay question at the end.
Right, an hour and a half long paper with only 5 questions.
Oh God.
Oh, I'm gonna ask the group. I'll keep it if people want me to keep it, but does anyone mind if I re-roll this shenanigans?
Re-roll it. Do it.
What
Destruction.
stats were you getting with it? Was it like just nothing good at all?
Oh, okay. I want to make sure before I actually start filling with this. I can combine 3 dice. So
Yeah,
I
he can make 115 and that's it.
Oh yikes! Yeah. That re-roll that, buddy, because
Okay, I just wanted to ask the group. I'd have kept it for.
I'm with you. Reroll that. You're gonna be. Yeah, some low rolls are good for character building, but being awful is never fun.
Exactly, because whilst yes, I am definitely of the school and thought pattern that roleplay is more important than numbers. There is nothing more frustrating than the numbers refusing to let you roleplay, because you go, well, I want to do a thing, but my numbers suck, so I can't. Okay, so who is getting on with, who's finished putting all their stats in at the moment, or is
I'm done.
All right.
Yeah, I'm done too.
I'm still trying to figure this out because I
had to drop some more shit from my backpack. I had to drop more stuff from my backpack because I'm weaker.
You're giving yourself like a 7 strength, TJ.
Yeah, I did.
Psychic.
I just take some extra spells where
Okay,
I
I'll
got
just do
my.
it this way, I guess.
No, that's 9. That makes sense.
Yeah, I took a 9 strength and a 9 constitution, and I have the -2 on strength. So.
And the -1 for your constitution, so you only have 5 hit points.
Yeah, that's the character flaw of this guy.
Yeah. He's weak and
My character's
frail.
technically workable, so I'm alright with it.
Okay.
Okay, now I'm really certain I'm not understanding this, because for some reason I've just found the ability to go above an 18 using the system.
No, because you're adding the dice together.
Yeah.
And you can't add more than 3, and they can't be higher
And
than
there
6.
should be only your highest number is 6, so 6 times 3 is 18. So you cannot.
Yeah, but
you can go above that with
4,
racial
2, and 4.
modifiers.
Yeah, but combining 4, 2, and 4.
It's way less than 18.
Yeah, I'm confused how you're getting higher than 18.
We're not adding it to base 10.
No, it's just straight up the dice you get.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, there you go.
Okay, I'm like, what?
We found the confusion.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah.
All right, cool. So I got
because otherwise 3 6s would be 28, right? That's what you were thinking?
Yeah, that would be like, that's fucking bad. Like, really bad?
Yeah. No. There we go. We got to figure it out.
All right.
Figured out.
At teamwork.
That teamwork, though.
We'll make the dream work later on.
That is exactly what we will do, and then we might get sued by a large animation company for stealing their name. But it's okay. That means someone noticed us, and that is all that matters. Dear oh dear.
All right, let's get our next.
I mean,
That should be it.
from
That's
the looks
There we
of
go.
it, I think it's
My
just...
sets are done.
Yep, I was just about to say, I think from the looks of it, it's just Quint who's lagging behind. Quick,
Yeah,
are you drunk?
I'm
finished
having
I
slight
wonder
issues.
why.
Yeah, no, you know me. I'm the rocket scientist in the group.
It's fine, you know.
I'll use a red bar to keep track of health. Okay.
Yes, you will have noticed on your character tokens I have been fiddling with. Blake and TJ, they've played with me before. They will recognize that the red bar, that is your health, the green bar is your armor class, and the blue bar is your movement speed.
There we go.
I figure they're probably the three most important things I need to be able to see. It's a whim.
Wait,
So
what's the green again? Sorry.
green is your armor class, your AC.
Oh, sorry, red is health. Yeah.
Nice. That's actually brilliant.
Oh, I stole it from someone else. I stole it from someone, the person who DMs for me when I play. It's like, that's a really good idea. I'm stealing it. This way I don't actually need to have like a bunch of different books open, because I use it for all my personal like monster and enemy tokens as well. So I don't need to know. Like, I just click on one and go, oh yeah, you need to roll that. Done. It makes life really easy. Sorry, you will hear me making lots of Seinfeld-esque scats whilst I think.
Hang on, I'm gonna make sure I got this right. Which I'm sure.
Yay! I pretty much guarantee I have the most health. Wait, that should be 50. I screwed up.
Well, the thing is, it's physically impossible for anybody to get higher than you, with the exception of maybe one of the fighters if you purposely gave yourself an appalling constitution. Because you have the highest hit die. You have a +4 racial bonus to constitution as well, so...
No, +4 to strength. It's only +2 to constitution.
That's it. I never remember which way around dog boys are. It's fine. Okay.
Oh, right.
Which I forgot to add in, so...
Just sitting here like, man, why is my AC so high now? And it's because I just got a mad dex to add to it.
I'm assuming you've given yourself an 18 in
dex
plus your racial too, so you instantly have a +5.
Actually, wait. Ooh, that's a good point. I have no dex.
See, this
I already
is also...
have 5 mod.
So if I do... I actually need dex, I forgot. For one of
Anyone else, Matt?
I was looking at.
Uh-oh.
So if I do...
Okay.
Yeah, I'll do that instead. That'll go... I'll have 1 less hit point to start with, but that's fine.
Yeah. Nothing's going to attack you in this first session. Not at all. What could go wrong?
No, that never happens. What do you think this is?
I'll still have more health than everybody else, so I'll die last anyways.
Yeah. What do you think this is? Some kind of magical world where there's like combat and epic quests and stuff? Nah.
Well, no, this was just... I was going to get a bunch of guys around.
This is
and we were
Spawn Town Simulator 3000.
Yeah, we were going to sit in an imaginary tavern, and I assumed you were just going to hit on the barmaids for 2 hours.
Oh, definitely. That's what this game is.
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
Breakout Simulator 2018.
Matt Person, could you please look at my stats and tell me if I somehow blundered this, because...
Okay, let me...
It feels like I've actually min-maxed.
That is absolutely fine, yeah,
That is really not what I was going for. That was like, I was hoping I could balance this out a little bit better.
Okay.
Oh, I absolutely min-maxed, but it's going to make my character
First level, you got to
characterful.
do it to survive. The first 3 levels in 3.5 are just, okay, your character may die at any second.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so a 17, that means you had to use a 665. So, yep, I see that. Your next highest would be a 13, so...
I think I'll do it this way.
Let's... just starting...
Just to make it easier.
Yeah. Actually, I'm going to reverse those stats. Hold on.
In those numbers, yeah, they all seem to work. If they all add up and they equal 73, then you did it. So...
Right.
Okay, time to show the world that I've not been in school for a long time and forgotten how to do maths. Okay, 17, 13, that's
Math,
30.
what's that?
That's
That's
40, 42, no, 52, 63, 74. You have gone over on 1.
Oh, have I?
Yes, your stats add up to 74, not 73.
Oh, I have. Okay. Let me fix that then.
You try to cheat?
Actually, no. No, I'm just bad at math.
Yeah, same thing.
And also, if I was going to cheat, I'd do it over by more than 1. I'd have made that intelligence of 13.
Okay.
Right.
Let me add mine up.
Well, it seems as if we're all almost completely finished. Obviously, this now means, you've got skill points to spend and yada, 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 yada.
Already taken care of.
I trust you
Yeah.
guys. You know how 3.5 works. You know you have X number of skills times your intelligence modifier. I mean, yeah.
I'm sure we're all perfectly competent people here, right?
Oh, yeah, and I'll just check over them later and tell you cheated, so that's fine.
In other words, I have no skill points
Yay!
at all.
Oh, dear.
That'll let tell.
Oh, right. I get an extra skill.
Yeah, you're human.
No, that's an extra feat. I get an extra
Oh, yeah.
skill because I have 1 more intelligence than I anticipated having.
That's
As a
always good.
rogue, I think that actually
I'm
gives you
still
like
stupid.
6
Well,
more
I'm
skill
not stupid.
points.
I'm just not.
I've got like I've got ranks in like 12 skills.
I haven't even touched my skills yet because I was too busy fumbling with like, gee, how do stats work?
Fun.
Well, thankfully you're a fighter.
Although, to be fair, this was out of the ordinary for me.
Thankfully, being a fighter, you have a grand option of like 4 skills anyway, so you're fine.
I'm a marshal.
Have you decided you're going to start as a marshal and not as a fighter?
Yeah, I decided, like, might as well.
Yeah, but...
Well, with the whole Sergeant in Arms background meaning I basically led men into battle and led them out of battle. Yeah.
Alrighty.
Besides, like, Charisma of 17, it makes sense.
Obviously, okay, I'm gonna let you peek behind my imaginary DM screen. In this first session, since this is going to be very introductory, you probably aren't going to have to be rolling loads of, anything. It's mainly going to be roleplay, and so if you want more time to worry about your exacting numbers, that's fine. You can leave them for now, so long as you have, like, your most important things sorted.
I'm done everything.
I'm gonna leave all the stuff but skills and feats alone for now.
Yeah.
Although, did I ever actually send you the equipment I had? No?
I don't think so. So far, what the given rule I've kind of given for everyone else is your equipment is what you can justify, and you are allowed up to 1 piece of masterwork equipment.
Oh. I didn't take anything. I didn't take anything masterwork.
You don't have to. That's if it suits the character, if it works. Then because I think some other people don't have masterwork. I don't think TJ does. I don't think.
Oh. I did take a couple other items that were slightly expensive that would add up to around that cost with another justification, which I can send to you, which should probably be private.
Oh yeah. That's totally fine. It's. I know the starting gold for most people. Yeah, sorry, I should explain. I like to bend and twist the rules to fit my own very biased agenda because I like to believe that I know best.
You're the DM. You do.
Exactly.
Don't let anyone tell you otherwise.
Don't give him that idea.
He's the DM. Why wouldn't I?
I already have the idea.
I want to I probably doesn't want to comment on this, but honestly, integrity.
What's that?
if I didn't trust him to have some
Never
integrity, I
mind.
would not have joined this campaign.
I think it's a breakfast cereal they have in South America.
Yeah, bad.
Antagonist.
Words, they are hard.
They are hard.
Okay then. And one final thing, just once again, it's not super important, but you know what? It's a little bit of fun. For everybody's starting gold, just roll a flat d20.
All right then. Here, I'll be scrounging up Mike.
Oh, gee.
Here in a second. Although, come to think, I know I've already had a conversation with you about most of the stuff he'd be at least having on him at the moment. So
Finally, a good roll.
Oh, man.
16.
I'm broke.
Yay!
I love how our sorcerer from the mysterious beyond got a 19, but like 2 of our mercenary types have got below 5.
Mercenary types are known for being rich.
That's true. It's reflective.
Mercenaries that are rich aren't mercenaries anymore.
Well,
What's a level 1 mercenary do? Go clear out squirrels in someone's audit? Absolutely.
Right.
Darby takes exception to that. That's how we got started in life.
Someone has to kill those
work,
squirrels.
not killing squirrels.
We can justify it's an allegory for hard-working manual jobs for minimum wage.
Right.
Political, relevant to society.
Politics, words, stuff.
politics, the thing that nobody actually wants to talk about.
Let's not do that.
Unless it's imaginary politics in this fantasy world, because then we're going to get like balls deep into that.
That's far more
Ball-
interesting.
Oh, 100%.
Balls
Just
deep.
saying.
Game politics. Good phrasing there, buddy.
Okay.
Hey, there's no Trump. I'm happy.
Oh, boy.
Oh, yeah! Rocks! Clear the rocks!
All right.
I need to go re-roll some NPCs then. Hang on.
All right, so I would like to ask some questions about the world.
Yes, good. Getting into the actual game. Go.
All right, a few of these might sound a little redundant, but it's just because I've been around, played a lot of games before, and there's a bunch that have had weird rules. For one, is this on, like, the material plane? Is it mostly on a planet? And if it's a planet, is it circular or something else?
This is most definitely entirely on the material plane. That is
So far.
matter of fact. Yes, it is on a planet. Seriously fighting the urge to make it Discworld.
Dude, make it
Because
Discworld.
No.
Always make it Discworld. Because Discworld is awesome.
I love Discworld. Both, well, actually, TJ and Blake haven't come across a bunch of NPCs I've created in other campaigns. It's happened when I spent far too long reading, and I've
Did you
accidentally.
put Rincewind in one?
Maybe he'll make an appearance, but in a campaign I've been running for a while, rather bog standard. There's some orcs. We're gonna get one and capture them, tie it up, and because they're evil, it's fine. And I made the orc turn around and go, well, actually, I just enact what I have been taught through societal means. If I was perhaps introduced to a different and perhaps better society, I could adapt and become more civilized as one would understand it.
Yes, expect moral quandaries.
Oh, I'm a Knoll Knight. I am a moral quandary.
Perfect.
It's not really a moral quandary. You're an imitator.
Yes.
All right. This is more towards the beginning of the game. What season are we currently in?
Very good question. It
That is
is
a good one.
most definitely winter.
Okay.
Good thing I have
Alright.
fur.
And what I realize now has relevance for my character. What day of the week is it?
You know what? Bum. It is a Friday.
Perfect.
That's a good
Everybody's
day.
out looking to spend some money. Their purses are full. Good day to be out.
Yes. Do you have any other questions about the world?
None at the present.
It's not a festival weekend in town or anything, is it?
I was actually just about to get into that, giving
Yes.
our lovely, probably non-existent audience some understanding of what is going on in this world right now.
Build it, they will come.
Well, it's pretty much the description you guys have already seen for this world. And why you chose to play. Well, no, you chose to play because you wanted to fight imaginary dragons. Anyhow.
And stuff.
He said, putting on the DM voice. Nestled in a valley, surrounded by mountains, lies the kingdom of Fife, named after its royal family, the McFife clan, who have ruled over the kingdom unchallenged for the last 30 years in their royal castle and capital city, Dundee. After the current king, Duncan McFife, claimed the throne, uniting multiple other barbarian tribes together to overthrow the previous tyrannical dictator, the sorcerer king, Zarkanath. A royal decree spread through the land, outlawing sorcery and arcane magic of all kinds, with very few exceptions given to some under extreme surveillance by royal guards in Dundee. Along with outlawing sorcery and the practicing of old religions, including the Druidic ways. This led to a countless slaughter of Druidic camps and outright murder or imprisonment of people openly worshipping old gods. The only accepted religion in Dundee, and by extension, all settlements under the protection of King McFife, is that of a divine triad. The triad is made up of Coral, the warrior, symbolizing strength in battle, Icarus, the scholar, symbolizing strength through knowledge, and Celana, the mother, symbolizing strength through compassion. Our tale begins late at night in the tavern closest to the castle walls in Dundee, the Drunken Bard. Inside, it is a complete mixing pot of people from all walks of life, from the noblest of royal knights to the lowliest of beggars. It has been a day of rejoicing and merriment, as the prince and sole heir to the throne, Angus McFife, has announced his engagement to the most beautiful princess in all of the kingdom, Princess Iona McDougal. The merriment has gone long into the night, to the early hours of the morning. And this is where we will begin.
Hurrah.
So,
Flow clap.
yes, everyone, applaud me, stroke my ego, make me feel
Mr.
good
Ego?
I
enough.
thought I was going to say something else then for a second. I'm bad.
I'll stroke whatever you like. Don't
Back in
kill
the box!
me.
Alrighty.
Now that's really going to stroke his ego.
Well, maybe. You might upset my boyfriend and me, so let's not do that.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to do that.
Alrighty, so as you can all see, I've blacked out most of the map. You are seeing the inside of the Drunken Bard. It's a lovely little tavern, you know. It's now gone really late, or more to the point, really early. Most people have left. There's a few spatterings here and there. In the corner, as you can see, in the lower right corner, there's a man dressed in very flamboyant clothes, and he's stood there strumming on his lute. Before him is a tankard in which people have been throwing copper coins and all kinds of things throughout the night. What is everybody doing?
Dalvik is simply going to be sitting at his table, enjoying the wonderful atmosphere of the town, and mostly enjoying avoiding a fight. And wait, what the hell is that in the Who the hell let one of those gnolls in?
Yes, there is.
Speaking of, Keldor, who, as some of you have probably already figured out by this point, is a gnoll. He is 7 feet tall, 7.5, sorry, and wearing some decent armor, but he's very clean and abnormally so for a gnoll. And he's just sitting hunched over at the counter, drinking.
Yes, and this
Very
is.
close by. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry, I interrupted you first. After you.
Very close by him is what appears to be somewhat, basically the opposite. You actually see a human, which along this area would be a fairer race, but as opposed to the very clean example of a monstrous race you see next to him, the mercenary known as the Dark Horse is fairly filthy. His hair is fairly greasy, unkempt beyond anyone's ability of what is acceptable in most society. The only thing on him that is not marked by some sort of dirt is his belt. On this belt is a very stylized image of a horse's head, which identifies him. He's been in this area for a while. He is the mercenary called the Dark Horse. You ask him what he wants, or you ask him what you want, and he will get it done. No questions asked.
Alrighty. Well, I was going to just say, yeah, there's this gnoll who looks immensely out of place, and in fact, there is a table in which other members of the city guard and knights of Dundee are sat. One of them is definitely giving Keldor a glance, a rather unpleasant glance. Ugh, look at that.
To be fair, that's going to be the same one Davik is giving to the gnoll.
Oh yes, it's most definitely something Keldor is very used to.
Doesn't faze him in the least.
Okay.
Doesn't care.
The
That's what he gets for being a smelly gnoll. Ha 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 ha.
and
Smelly? No. Gnoll, yes.
What are the other 4 of you doing?
Flick sitting just a few feet down the side of the bar from Keldar is propped up on one of the stools, and on top of the stool is his backpack, which he is sitting on top of, and he still barely reaches the top of the bar. And he has a half-sized tankard, which he is staring into. And as he slowly comes to the realization that there's someone sitting on his right now, he casually looks over, and as his eyes go wide, he doesn't make a sound, and at the exact same speed turns his head back and stares back into his cup.
You're just sitting there enjoying a little drink. You go, "Oh shit, it's a dog! I'm not looking at that."
Move slowly, and he might not see you.
I feel rather bad for Flick, because if he looks to his left, Blake, what does he see?
He sees a fairly young-looking elf, if you compared her to a human, around 15 or so, and a wolf at her side.
Just Flick, you're surrounded by canines. Canines
under his breath.
Bigger than you.
Under his breath, he mutters to himself, "Isn't there a no dogs policy in this place?"
And well, there's
I imagine it's going to be a cackle for me when he actually hears that.
Okay. All right. So there's just 2 more of you who need to tell me what you are doing in this lovely little tavern. Is it Varco? Is that the name of Mr. Sorcerer Man?
Correct.
Uh,
Marco is just in the corner observing everyone since he's been an outsider in civilized lands. He's trying to not draw attention to himself, so he's sitting quietly.
Okay, very good. And finally, our herbalist, What are you doing,
Yep,
good sir?
herbalist. Nothing special about me. Nope. He's just sitting there. He's got the hood pulled over his head. He's kind of doing the same thing Flick is, just kind of looking into his drink. He seems to be taking more surprise at the fact that there's a wolf in here rather than a gnoll.
Okay, I like it. As the environment is, as I previously stated, it's calmed down. It has obviously been a very busy night. The barmaids who are rushing around, they look utterly exhausted. And it's pitch black outside. You can see through a window, and it just doesn't look like a very pleasant night. There's quite a lot of rain.
A particularly pleasant night in here, honestly.
Oh, that's just because
From your perspective.
That's just because you're racist. No, there definitely seems to be
I feel like I shouldn't have to say this. We're going to anyway. For people who don't understand, me and the player are perfectly fine. It's just we've agreed ahead of time. These two characters are going to go at it for a long while. Just wanted to confirm that no one thinks that I somehow have a hatred for the player.
Fine.
All right, that's good thinking, actually.
Should have just let that linger for a while.
Convince everyone you hate each other.
You never know what people are going to go like. Oh, Nasal. Oh, Nasal's like, I think you should kick that Quint guy because he seemed to be quite a jerk to that Noel Knight. Yeah.
This is true. In this day and age, we really do need to cover ourselves from every angle.
Too easy.
The Null Knight don't care, so I don't care.
Yes. Outside the windows, you can see that it has started to rain. Not excessively so, not, oh god, that's awful, but it's definitely giving hints of unpleasantness to come.
Oh, what the hell?
There is a flash of light, followed very slowly by a loud crack of thunder. And with that, the door to the Drunken Bard swings open. In stumbles this withered, read my notes properly, Matt. You can read. This withered old man, and he stumbles in. He has a deep look of fear in his sunken eyes, and his weather-worn face is whiter than the frosted, brothy foam atop the tankards of ale being poured. He haphazardly crosses the room, knocking over the first chair as he does so, causing a barmaid to fall and drop her tray. The room falls silent. The bard stops playing his music, and everyone turns and stares at this man. I lost my place because I went off of my notes. Damn it! Ruining it! Ruined the immersion! Bad GM!
Everyone is staring!
Yes, the room has fallen silent as all eyes turn to him. He stands up, dusts himself off, and continues to the bar. The barkeep very openly and obviously addresses a man and goes, "You'll have to pay for that." The old man laughs manically. Before
We're worried, I think, a bit because of all things that I randomly walk into taverns, start laughing. Old men are the most concerning.
Oh yes, he laughs manically before finally bringing himself to speak, and he announces very, very loudly. And here I am attempting to get into character. Serious mode, acting mode. Oh, yes. I'll pay for everything. I'll pay for it all tomorrow night. In fact, as a gesture of my apologies to that dear lady and to all the lovely people in here who I've disturbed. Everyone, have a drink on me. Yes, drink, be happy, be merry. In fact,
Dominic's opinion of this man has greatly improved.
In fact, you can all drink for the rest of the night on me. No worries, my dear friends. We should all be making merry tonight.
Yeah.
I am just looking at him like he is completely weird. Not sure he can tell that I'm looking at him because not exactly normal.
Yes, and he has one final sentence after he says, "Everyone shall be making merry tonight." His tone drops as he takes his tankard of ale and turns and looks around the tavern and goes, "Most of us shan't see another."
Alrighty, I'm walking up to him and just being like, "What do you mean by that?"
Okay, hang on. Let me just adjust where he is.
During that whole speech bit, Dominic would have stood up and went, "Huzzah!" Like I could agree to that and so and all that, but then when he says "we shan't see another," he's like, I knew there was a catch.
Damn old men coming in with offers of free drinks and prophesized doom.
Hey, Matt, would this be a good point for me to take a tumble under the table I'm next to while everyone is distracted?
Yes, it would. What are you doing?
Flick sees the old man enter the room, and as soon as he reaches the bar, he finishes his little tankard, empties it, and hangs it off the side of his bag, hops down, grabs his bag, walks across the room like I did, and when he winds up at the point where he's at now, he's going to walk past the table and out of the man at its line of sight, since I assume he's looking towards the bar as well. And he's going to look towards the flamboyantly dressed man over on the stage. And is he paying attention to the scene at the bar, or is he looking at Flick?
He was paying attention to the scene at the bar. He'd stopped playing his lute. He'd gone, "Oh, what the hell's going on?"
All right, then, since I'm barely as tall as the table itself, I'm going to try and, without going into his line of sight much, just tumble from this point underneath the table so that I can cut the purse of the man at it.
Okay.
With all that going on, they're not going to be able to claim to the old man, "Well, if I had a gold piece for every time I heard that, well, I'd not be rich, but I'd be better off."
Oh, yes, probably, but how many seers have told you that?
Sorry, what was that?
His response is, yes, you've probably heard many doomsdayers and prophets, he says, making finger quotations, but how many of them have divine sight? Are seers studied in ancient arcane ways who have seen the fall of this city?
I will tell you what, old man, in my travels, I've seen that the most consistent and most likely of doomsayers are the boys who have never actually been to war. And yet every time, they're the ones who end up making it through, going, "Why was I wondering, screaming like that?" Then again, some of them don't.
All right. Yes, TJ, your tumble check is absolutely fine. You can just, drop down to your shoulder, do a little roll under the table. You're there. You are out of everyone's line of sight. If you're going to cut purse, please roll me a sleight of hand check. Okay.
Ooh, not the best.
Ooh. But thankfully, this person is very much distracted by the prospect of getting a free drink and then also being told he's going to die. So his spot check is appalling.
Perfect.
Okay, let me tell you how much you steal. Yes, you have stolen 5 silver pieces.
It's a start.
Yes, it is.
pardon me for a bit of backtracking. When we rolled those D20 earlier, was that 16 gold or what was that representing?
Gold.
Okay, yeah, no, but like, is it 16? Are we adding anything to that?
No, just 16 gold.
Got it.
Okay. As this old man.
I didn't realize.
What was that, Quint?
I was going to say, I never did describe how Davik looked, but I also realized I've probably been doing the most talking by accident, so I was going to let that go for now.
Yeah, I didn't give a very good physical description of Flick either.
So
if we weren't to do that now, we could.
The physical descriptions we can do them in a little bit.
In a second, yes.
Pretty much whenever your characters start to actively interact with one another, I'll ask you to describe what the other person sees.
Makes sense.
No problem. Also, everyone else, feel free to start talking up and stuff, Don't make me look like that guy, please.
I'm using you all as distractions at the moment.
True.
Yeah.
And would I have to roll a second sleight of hand to? I should have to roll a second sleight of hand to. I have fake coin purses that I can put in place to keep people fooled for longer.
Oh yeah, if you're wanting to do that, go right ahead.
I'm gonna try it one more time, and we're gonna see how well this plan works out the first time. Yay!
Roll.
Nice.
Yeah.
Better than the first one.
And his spot is still just as bad. So, yes, you have rolled under the table, taken out one of your many, many daggers, and gone, whip. Ooh. Well, let me just tie that back on and hope you don't notice. And now you just stood under a table. While a man sits there in front of you. It doesn't look suspicious at all.
I'm sure other things are... Oh. Yeah, sorry, I'm sure other things are happening at the same time, but just for the sake of, since he would be doing this while the distraction is still fresh, he's going to get out of there as quickly as he can, and he's going to sort of move over to the side of the table he's on now, and he's going to look out for where people are looking, like the bard on the stage and the man at the next table, and as soon as he sees the right moment, he's just going to step back out like he walked around the table, and then begin walking this direction back across the bar.
Alrighty. The general feeling of the room, now that this old man has made his announcement and they've all been handed a fresh tankard, they've kind of gone back to ignoring him, going, well, that's just a crazy old man. No, that's not for us. With the slight exception of this fellow here. This man, he's a human. He's rather tall, broad across the shoulders, couple of scars on his face with a shaved head. He clearly looks like he has definitely had a few more than one too many drinks. As he stands up from his table, making sure to slam his armored gauntlet down onto the table. As he turns and stares at the old man who has walked in, and he aggressively shouts, well, you're just a washed up, dirty magic man, you bastard.
Davik is going to step back and like, oi! There is no need for any of that right now, sir. Just sit down. Sit down before you end up starting something you are going to regret.
I'm going to start walking behind him. Typically, if someone wants to pick a fight, they need someone better than him.
Yeah. This rather big-looking fella, he
diplomacy check to get the man to calm down.
He's walked up and he's gotten chest to chest with this old man, and it's actually quite amusing. There's our 3 melee classes who also happen to be surrounding him. He kind of looks at you all. He's got a look of complete and total arrogance about him. He kind of looks that same way we have all seen that kind of drunk person who you would assume has just enough about them that it's not a clever idea to throw a punch, but still somehow always decides to do it. And he looks at this old man, and he just looks at him and goes, "Unstruther, you are a stupid, washed-up charlatan, and you're a fucking idiot." And with that, he leans his head back and brings it down into the old man's face, knocking the old man straight onto the floor with blood coming down out of his nose and mouth.
As soon as he does that, I move to step between the two.
Davik is going to attempt to grab his man by the scruff of his collar and said, "I said, lay off!"
And I'm just going to deck him in the back of the
head. Just straight up whack.
Okay.
Okay, it's still going to roll intimidate anyway.
I'm going to move over to see if I can assist the old man.
Yeah, Flick is actually like running from his position behind the other two guards up to assist the old man as well.
You drunken lout! I said, lay off!
Yeah. Okay, there's a bunch of stuff going on, so I need to tell you what the heck has just happened.
Yeah.
Okay. Davrik, you grabbed this guy by the small amount of material that can be grabbed under his metal armor he's wearing, whilst the Dark Horse is just given a swift punch into the back of the head, and as Keldor has stepped between, basically you're stepping over this poor old man who's just been headbutted in the face. So this drunk asshole, because there's no better word for it, he's been punched, he's been grabbed, he kind of goes, "Ugh, all right, I'm going. Get off." Ugh.
All right, I'm going to take out my healer's kit and look after the old man.
The bartender chimes in at this scene and goes, "All right, Crail, you and your men, get out. You've had too much. Don't be needing no fights on this day." And the armored man, he's waiting to be let go, essentially.
Yeah, no. Alright, Davik is going to let the man go, but then also is going to let go and go. He's going to look past the old man and to the gnoll who just happens to be right next to, and his blood was already boiling after this man has started trouble, but now there's a triad, how the hell do you pronounce that? Damned gnoll in the room. Well, aren't you going to follow him?
You think I'm with this fucking idiot?
Well, frankly, I don't know why I believe anything else. He seems about as fitting as your kind.
Small men and their small minds. And I turn back to drinking again.
I'm going to hold up my gauntlet, which probably still has a bit of the guy's blood on it, and just says, "Between the two of us, I'm the one who's throwing a punch in here."
Do I need to roll a heal check on this guy? I was gonna go for the heal. Okay.
If you're whipping out your healer's kit to help out this old man who's just essentially had his nose broken by...
What do I roll to pretend to assist him with the heal check?
That would be either a bluff or perform.
Bluff, I think I will take if I'm given the choice. And I'm going to run up and pretend to be all concerned and sort of cradle the old man's head with one hand, and with the other, I'm going to be reaching into his robes.
I found something there.
Yep.
Hey, you stop. Okay. He's going to say, like, "Hey, you stop that," but didn't realize what they're doing.
Yes. Kirith, how do you want your name pronounced?
I think I noticed him doing that.
You definitely notice Flick trying to reach into the old man's robes.
I'm like,
uh-oh.
I just kind of look at him and make it kind of obvious that I'm seeing what he's doing. but I don't say anything. I'm just looking at you very pointedly.
Are you going to continue robbing this old man?
With that, he kind of like tries to play it off like he's like checking him for broken bones and like pulls the hand back
And I
out
just
with nothing
cross
in
my
it.
arms and just like stare down at this little halfling with all 7.5 feet I have.
It's okay, mister. You're gonna be okay. This guy's gonna fix you right up. You just don't even worry about it. Staring right at you.
I'm just like,
One.
I start shaking my head and I'm like, did you have to do it after he got knocked down?
Hey, I'm not the one who came in here saying we were all gonna die.
That is a
You have
valid
a
point.
point. But did you have to do
That
it
was
after
awful
he got
rude
his
of
ass
him.
kicked?
I'm just trying to help the guy, mister.
Sure.
So
I'll
how
go
did that
back to
15?
Nothing's admittedly still going to leer at the knoll, wondering why it is even here and why in the name of the gods that thing is actually wearing armor. Actually, I don't think you said you were wearing armor, were you?
I am wearing very nice armor, and it actually has the emblem of a smaller nobility emblazoned.
Yeah, Dovik is like after Dovik goes to that, he's going to take exception. Like, and what battlefield did you manage to lose that from?
I'm like, I just look at him and say, I was knighted by the dude. You can go ask him yourself. And I turn back and start drinking again.
Dovik is not going to accept that as an answer. Because to him, it is obvious a no would never be knighted by anyone, let alone with the. No, that's it. That's pretty much straight up. He goes, I'm sorry. You want to try that again?
I just look at you and I'm like, Oi, would you let me drink in peace?
I don't know.
Would you like someone to fight your battles for you? That punch kind of got my blood growing a little bit.
I turn around to him and I'm like, nah, the idiot's not worth the coin.
As soon as Archer's attention is elsewhere, I'm gonna roll a sleight of hand. Yes, 20.
Bastard.
Yeah. You reach in, you can start grabbing around at what's in this old man's robe.
Yeah, to phrase it like that, didn't you?
Well, yeah. You actually find that this old man is carrying nothing on him.
Yeah, I don't check that thoroughly.
I mean, you sure you don't want to go lower in the old man?
I check 90%.
You find his old coin purse.
I check all the cracks, but none of the crevices.
Anyhow,
how's the old man
meanwhile,
looking after the 15 heal check?
with that check, you can tell, okay, nothing's broken. That just hurt more than anything else. It wasn't serious. It was just painful.
I'm like lightly slapping him in the face now to wake him up.
Oh, he wasn't unconscious. He was still awake from it.
Doing it anyway.
Yeah. You just slap him in the face and
Wake up!
I'm smacking him with the one hand while I'm fleecing him with the other hand so that he's not paying attention to what the one hand is doing.
Nice, I like it. Meanwhile, seeing that there's more of people helping out this old man, the drunk, loutish, large fellow, he calls out to his two night guardsman type friends and goes, "Oh, we're leaving. I don't even want to come to this bar anymore. Shit.
Good, take the knoll with you.
Your barmaids are ugly. Your ale's piss.
Oh!
When I'm in charge of this place, the whole place getting burnt down."
The dog? Wait, there's a dog here? Whatever, at least we're in the knoll. You know, say like, all right, that's it. I've had enough of you and your mouth, sir. Your mouth. Get out of here before I decide to do something about you myself.
Yeah, I said I'm going. Look at you trying to be big man. Ugh. Whatever. And he and his two crony, other guards people follow him out, and they stumble out into the dark, cold, rainy night. As you the ones who are still around, well, you heard his name announced, Onstruther. The ones who are near him, he's actually laughing to himself a little bit and going,
Boy,
people
another
just
crazy one, and I thought my people were the only laughers. And I start drinking again.
some people
Dominic is-
refuse to hear the truth.
We're gonna try and help him up.
Yeah,
Dominic will stay by the door, making sure that guy isn't trying to come back in and start shit. If he does, he is going to slam his buckler into the guy's face.
that guy, when you look outside, you see that he's vanished off into the night. He ain't coming back.
With that, he's
As-
going to wipe his hands like, oh, that's that,
Yes.
and then return to the bar.
Kira,
As
you're helping this old man up, aren't you?
Yeah.
As you do so, the old man, he wobbles a little bit, and he grabs onto your arm very closely, and he looks you dead in the eyes. And he just very quietly says to you and anyone else nearby, he says, if you don't want to end up like that one and all the others, you should leave before dawn's first light. The prophecy is written. Dundee will fall.
Oi, well, even if I wanted to leave, I very well couldn't, because I'm kind of sworn to help protect this place, so kind of hard on me.
Alright, listen check from Darvik.
Got any more details than that, mister? Like, how is it gonna fall?
Tell me about this prophecy.
Got a bit of an interest in this place. I do work here, after all.
Yes.
And as the old man's being pushed up, Flick was kind of like on his side, so he just stands to the side as Kirath pulls him up, and then he like starts pushing from behind his leg, like he's trying to push up a ladder that's falling over.
It's really cute. Yeah. Come on, mister, stand up. Avoiding making jokes about you trying to cop a feel of this old man's ass.
He couldn't reach it.
Oh, it's gonna be one of those games.
No, it is not.
He said he was avoiding making the joke.
Yes. Well, once again, as you have asked him, if he had any more information, let me
Darvik
see.
will actually truly help the man up to his feet.
Yes, let me see what I wrote in my notes for if somebody asked that question. I have answers. Let me find them.
Notes. Wonderful thing, notes. I hate taking them.
Yeah.
Ice cream. It's going to rain ice cream.
No. He replies, kind of repeating himself a little bit, going, "No, if you want to survive, you need to leave Dundee before the sunrise." And he's now getting louder as he speaks, and you can see that some of these other patrons are quickly getting up and leaving because scary, drunk, staggering old man is telling them that we're all gonna die in the morning, so they're going, maybe I should go home. It's reached that weird point in the night.
I'm gonna ask about the prophecy again.
Okay, let me just do. Yes, as you ask him about the prophecy, he goes, the arcane ways do not give us clear pictures. They merely tell us what is to come, not how, and certainly not why.
Seems kind of useless then.
One could argue that, but
I would not argue it. I would straight up say that the prophecy with no foretelling of the dangers is quite a useless prophecy. He will say as he keeps drinking.
Yes.
And here's the question. If this is apparently the prophecy of only those who leave the town would survive, why are you still here?
Well, I'm an old man. I'm going to die most likely any which way. Figured why not get drunker than a skunk.
I can provide you security should you wish to leave.
Oh, well, that sounds awfully kind of you. I
Granted,
don't
this
have.
is for a price, but that does not have to be paid immediately.
Well, he beckons his finger as if telling you to come a little bit closer, because he sounds like he has something. Well, he doesn't sound. He looks like he has something very important he wants to say.
I'll do so.
I don't have any money. Will you do it for free?
I'm standing right next to him. Do I hear that?
Yes.
Do I hear it?
We all hear it.
Yeah.
Yes, this old man is not particularly subtle. He's, as I said, he himself comes off kind of drunk.
I do not know. I do not know if this. I don't know if this man will take you up your request, but I will hear it. What have you need to be done, old man?
Well, I just need a way to get out of Dundee. Preferably not on foot. As you can tell, I'm quite old.
That reminds me, Jim. I'm sending you a list of the equipment I supposedly have. Give me a second on that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Hey, while we're doing that, Flick, as soon as the guy admits that he has no money, Flick immediately loses interest in the conversation, slips out between the legs of everybody, goes behind Keldor, and goes up to the bar, and he gets the barkeep's attention. He's like, hey, can I get that free drink?
Well, at the same time as you, Flick.
He has no money.
No, the bartender he's going, okay, whatever. But Flick, at the same time, the bard who had been playing in the corner, he seems to have collected his things. He's put his loot away, and he comes up to the bar and with this tankard filled with coins, and he pours it out onto the bar, and he looks at the barkeep and goes, "Barkeep, beer man, ale here now, and for other people. They've had to listen to crazy stories of death. It's not fun.
It really is not.
And,
But yeah, but we're not, old man. I will see what I can do to help you.
well, yes, also, whilst we're at it, I'm going to be setting off in the morning for unrelated reasons. In fact, I'll be setting off later tonight in my wagon, which is round the back. I said in an expositional manner, can I get a large barrel of ale? Thank you, good barkeep man. Thank you.
Who's yelling that? Oh, yes, I see.
Bard.
Barty McFarderson up in the top.
Right, I see.
Pretty good haul tonight, eh, buddy?
Oh, yes, it was a fantastic haul. It's a very good thing that today was a day of celebrations. I didn't know that when I arrived here today. How do you do, sir? Name is Matthias Knock, the Bardic Knock.
You're a feisty one, aren't you?
That's very feisty. I am Davik Curve. I must say that you are quite a talented individual.
I try.
Right, I did before you take off. I was going to ask for a request from my hometown, but if you're on the way out, I guess that would not be reasonable.
That depends. What's the request?
Right, I'm going to do this character. Basically, it is the version. Has anyone here actually heard the song of Roven?
No.
Nope.
Roven the Deep.
Basically, I'll send it to people later. Basically, the idea, it's the song about a person who ends up being dragged into a kind of feisty wench moment. He's like, I've got to stop doing this. Basically, I was going to have him do a more setting appropriate version of that. I'll send cop.
Hey man, do you know any Steel Panther?
No. It's a It's old English drinking song.
The bard kind of looks and goes, well, my voice is very tired, and my fingers hurt. I've been playing the lute for about 12 hours. I'd quite like a break, if you don't mind.
No, of course not.
But perhaps another day. Obviously, probably not here.
So you believe the old man?
I have no reason not to, but I was leaving anyway. I travel. Don't like to stay one place for too long. Apparently, I get on people's nerves. Something about my voice, I believe.
Imagine why.
Really? I wouldn't know why.
I feel like that chunk of fourth wall landed on us, and that's why we don't like him.
Apparently, the manner in which I speak, being somewhat metaphysical, is irksome to individuals. They don't grasp my meanings. Or I say things like, wow, that's a natural 20.
Well, so you said you
What
were
does that
leaving
mean?
town. You did say you were leaving town there in a bit, though, yes?
That is my plan. After I've had many drinks, gotten drunk enough to drive, and this
Well,
Mr.
then.
Good Barkeep man, he knocks
Well,
on the
then,
bar
perhaps
to
you
get
could-
his attention.
Well, then perhaps you could assist a newfound friend of mine.
The
If
old
you were heading
freak.
out of town, he is also looking to get out of Dundee quite quickly.
Well, I have a rule for anyone riding my wagon. It doesn't quite make sense to a lot of people, but, gas, grass, or cash. What is he providing me with?
If you would be so kind, I would be willing to cover the charges for him.
That sounds fair. We'll arrange it in, I don't know, how long will it take me to get drunk enough? Perhaps an hour.
Right, I will. Right, I will pester you with the details later. Then.
Flick
Good.
walks to the table behind the bard, and he grabs the presumably not empty tankards of ale left by the guards as they left in a hurry.
They
he
were
walks back.
not empty.
Are they still there?
Those tankards are there. They are half full.
Perfect. He grabs two. He walks back. He slams one down in front of the bard, and he says, "Gas," and he cheers him.
With that,
is anyone else
the
gonna do anything
bard
within the next 5 seconds?
clinks his mug to yours and downs the drink in one and goes, "Ah, refreshing. I like it." Anyhow,
Davik shall take up a glass of whatever was being presented over by the old man, saying, "I do believe I may have forgotten you a ride out of here, good sir."
yes, I was listening. It's almost as if I'm in the same room and can understand everything that's being said by other people. It sounded like he wasn't leaving right away, so I believe a nice sit down is in order. Could someone guide me to a nice table, please?
He will do that, but standing right next to you to make sure he doesn't fall over or anything.
Yeah. He's gonna take a seat at this central table. He likes the look of it. It's a nice looking table.
Davik will go ahead and sit himself down there with his drink and more or less. I think he's lubricated enough that he'll actually start slowly singing the folk song he was trying to get the bard to start singing a bit.
Alrighty. So yeah, the Bardic Knock, Mateus Knock, my self-insert character, who was there purely for expositional purposes. He's pretty much said, "Okay, give me now. I'm gonna have a drink. Gonna get this barrel of ale. I'm going to take it out to my wagon, and then we're all good to go."
He is not doing it well.
Ugh.
I'm going to throw a cup at him.
I actually had him roll.
Yeah. Okay, so in this hour's time, what are people wanting to do?
I'm only going to say that if nothing else, Javik will pay no mind to the no if he can afford to. It might even try to get other folk within the song singing along with him, albeit him doing it badly.
Okay.
Flick is going to sit there and have a couple drinks with the bard and probably exchange some tales to distract himself.
Alrighty.
Actually, Baco, since he's been quiet through this whole commotion, and he heard about some magic and sorcery from the old man, he would want to question him about this to try to learn more about it.
Ah, okay. If you go up to the old man and you sit with him and begin to talk about arcane magics.
Javik will take notice of the stranger approaching the table and break from his singing only go like, and who would you be?
I nod towards him and I say, my name is Baco.
I am Davik. He's going to offer him a seat and a drink.
I appreciate the drink, but I have my own at the moment. May I join you?
Well, I see a reason why not. You will put out a chair.
My character will look towards the old man. He's like, "Old one, may I ask you a few questions?"
Yes. Might as well. If there's a chance of me dying, I should answer as many questions as I can, especially to one so young and seething with arcane energies. Not that any of these plebeians would have noticed it, but I can see it.
I'm sorry. What? Davik was. I'm sorry. What now?
He's blatantly writhing in mystical arcanes. Can't you sense it?
Oh. Davik will say as he scoots his chair a little farther away from the guy who just got called magic.
Oh, sorry. On any other day, I would have helped keep your secret, but, you know, Dundee's going to burn to the ground in a couple of hours, so who cares? He stands up and goes, attention, everybody. My name is Anstruther, and I am a magic user.
Davik is going to slam it, gently lay his head against the table,
There's almost nobody in this bar anymore.
It's not supposed to be this difficult off the bat.
My character at this time would kind of stand up, and he's like, I apologize for my friend here, but I think he's drunk. He's had too much to drink, and I will try to bluff.
That is a damn good reason to bluff.
Davik is actually going to assist.
Flick just kind of spins around on the top of his stool and holds his tankard in front of his face and drinks while looking over it. This is gonna be good.
I'm going to roll to assist.
Yeah, hearing that, Zendrix would have actually turned around. I'm gonna move to see if to step outside, so she isn't seen it.
You're going outside?
I'm seeing Sif outside.
Ah, okay.
I think he's my companion, because she cannot bluff her way out of saying, "Oh, I'm a ranger, and this is my companion."
Okay, then. So, yeah, Sif is sat outside. Okay, yes, with those two bluff checks, you've convinced the 3 people who've remained in the tavern still that, okay, yeah, this guy's just drunk. And Anstruther, who stood up, he looks down at both and goes, yes, good job, boys. Well, excuse me, this drunk old man, wink, he says the word wink, needs to go to the little wizard's room. Whereabouts is it? And he stands up and he begins to wander off in that direction, a little uncertain. Meanwhile, there is another bright flash of lightning outside, followed very quickly by the roar of thunder that sounds almost as if it has stricken next to the tavern itself. Sif will let out a rather loud whine and whimper as... Oh, you guys are going to hate me.
Gonna kill the dog in the first half hour? Come on, Matt.
Oh, no.
No!
Dick move, man.
I'm not killing the dog.
Just almost killing it.
No, as at that very moment, through the ceiling, a fireball crashes through into the drunken bard, striking
Holy shit!
where Unstucker
Oh,
is stood.
shit!
There is a hole in the ceiling. Rain is pouring in, and as you look up, you can see fire raining from the skies. There is lightning striking down all around you.
I thought we had until
Bounds
daybreak.
over the bar.
All right,
I
time to
believe the
go.
old man might have been correct.
Okay. Obviously, you're all a bit like, oh, holy shit, what's going on? So you're all going to have to just take a second. What is
Sorry.
What is everybody's instant reaction to the fireball smashing into the building?
Jump behind the bar and use the distraction to rob the bartender.
Do it. Roll sleight of hand.
He is going to... Davik is going to basically crouch behind the table, trying to see what the fuck is going on before readying
Under
both his
13.
buckler and his sword.
Okay. Flick, yep, you have robbed the bartender. You can help yourself to a... Oh, God, I'm going to hate myself because I wasn't expecting anyone to think that. Yeah, help yourself to 80 gold pieces.
Yes! Yes!
God damn
All
it.
right, and I immediately start heading for the door.
So the moment the fireball crashes through, you all see this gnoll suddenly pull out what looked like just a regular staff at first, but then when he pulls it out, you see that it is a glorious glaive. 8 feet long, and the blade is just so polished, it's shining. And then, like, that's the first thing he does. He's just like, whew, sword, his glaive right out in front of him, pointing towards the noise. And he's like, oh shit, time to go.
Okay.
And then I start just booking it towards the door.
I'm assuming people are generally heading towards the door. If you want to move tokens towards the door.
I've got something else I want to do first.
Actually, Davik is going, like, after seeing the gnoll ridding his weapon, Davik is going to go, shit! I left my armor up on my room. Unless we're somehow assuming he just left it out in the cards?
That
Probably could be.
I was assuming you had it like in your backpack with you downstairs.
No, like I'm pretty sure I said they would probably end up being like on the top floor, like whatever room he was taking refuse in this time. Either that or in the cart. He would not wear his armor inside of the inn. That would draw too much attention.
You might need to run upstairs if you want to get hold of that armor before you leave there.
Yep, he's gonna go do that.
All right, if you want to move yourself to the stairs icon.
Oh.
Baco, he will quickly try to grab this old man, and upon hearing this loud bard apparently saying that he has a well-prepped wagon in the back, he's going to take this old man and take him out back to get into the wagon.
The Dark Horse is the exact same line of thought. He's going to go up to the bard and is going to grab him by the shirt and say, tell me where this is, let's go.
Okay, first of all, Varko, when you go to grab Onstruther, he is actually trapped under a burning beam because this fireball has gone through the ceiling, it's come through multiple floors, and as he's laying there, life clearly escaping this man's withered old body, he looks up at you and he has a very knowing look on his face as if to tell you, these are my last words. listen. Dundee will fall. And with that, his body goes limp. He closes his eyes. He has resigned his fate to being burnt in this deadly, awful inferno, along with a bunch
Did you guys
of
hear what he
people
said?
around him.
Okay, never mind. I don't see it, so I don't go to help.
It cut out for me during the old man's last words.
Oh, sorry. His
Dundee
final...
will fall.
Yes.
And then
Okay.
die.
Gotcha.
Apologies for that. Dark Horse, meanwhile, you have gone over to the bard, who you've grabbed, and he goes, "Ugh! My wagon! It's round the back! But, someone needs to carry this barrel of ale."
Fuck the ale! And then we just start moving.
"Don't you dare say that! Ale is important! Don't you dare fuck my ale!"
We can roll it!
Right.
And Flick's trying to, like, tip over the cask.
I'm sorry, I will be right back.
Okay, so the Bardic Knock is moving a little bit slower than he should be, but yes, he is essentially trying to drag this barrel of ale through this burning building.
Keldor is sitting at the front door and keeping it open and trying to get people out.
Okay.
Like saying, "Get the hell out of here!"
Oh, yeah. Is there a back door?
No.
Okay, then, yeah, sorry, Flick would have been heading towards the front door and wouldn't have come back.
At least
that
now is a skylight.
Lean to the over here.
Way. Can Kirath like see fireballs out the roof from where he's at?
I will show you exactly what you can see. Some areas should have been revealed to you now.
Yep.
Yeah.
And, okay, before I start moving around on what's going on and this, that, and the other.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the right way? Yes, it is. Okay, cool.
I apologize again, mates. I'm going to go see what's banging around upstairs. Be right back.
Yes. As the rest of you are heading outside, Darvik, you run upstairs. There's holes in the floor. There's fire. You'd better run quickly and grab your backpack. I advise you do that and get the hell out as fast as you can. Because, one moment. There's the right thing. Because another fireball has just hit the building.
So this person right here, are they moving or?
They're dead.
Oh.
The building
Very
is
dead.
falling apart.
And this person?
Let me out, let me out, let me out, let me out!
We've got plot armor. We're good.
This fellow, he was directed out, and what happens is he starts rushing off that away. I need to zoom in a moment because I can't remember what I put on this damn screen. Who are you?
It's a lot of people. That is not good.
Sorry, I'm just trying to find.
Anyone else notice the goblin?
Trying to find.
Anybody else notice the horde of orcs and possibly an ogre over there?
Well, the most unnerving thing you see is what I have just moved. This beautiful little thing here. It appears to be a majestic steed with a beautiful spiraled horn emerging from its head, except that the flesh is ripping off of its body, revealing aspects of its undead essence underneath it. As it stampedes past the entryway, it tramples the poor bar patron who tried to leave. He lies dead in the street.
Oh, shite. And then I go up and...
I wonder if being a virgin still works.
Is his coin purse trampled?
Dad, let's not try that.
Okay. Now, what I'm going to have you do, Darvik, you've had enough time to go grab your backpack and rush down to the entryway. Once you put yourself in the doorway, you're going to roll initiative, and you've got to get the fuck out of Dodge, because
He's already slammed most of his stuff on his back, and has his glaive in his hand, ready to go. Right, there's the pots, and oh, what in the name of the gods?
Because, yes, fireballs and lightning are raining from the sky.
I believe, can we all agree that perhaps we should have paid attention to the old man's words?
All I've learned is there-
Too late to regret that now, as I'm chopping down at this undead unicorn.
You're attacking the undead unicorn?
Yes.
He's going to say, what? Let the Knoll go do his thing. We should escape.
Yeah, y'all just see a little black flash as Flick runs through everybody's legs and dashes around the corner of the building.
Bring the cart around. I'll keep the road clear.
Okay.
Should we all be rolling?
Do I get the attack just for rushing up and smacking it after I see it trample?
Yes, you will. And then everyone will roll initiative, and just because this is going to be it's going to take a lot of time because there's a lot of stuff going on, it's just the easiest way. So then we have a definite, okay, you people are moving in this order.
Is Darvik going to have to go retrieve his cart or no?
Depending on where you left your cart, chances are it has been set on fire.
It would probably have been back with his wagons. That seems to be about where they seem to be parking carts and stuff.
Yeah,
maybe.
If that is where you have been, if that is, somewhere near the entryway to the city, or
is that right?
near your home or anything like that.
That's right.
Chances are, you can pretty much assume, because every building you can see, it has holes in it, as fireballs have been dropped on them, as lightning is striking down.
I'm going to take that as the cart and mule I had are now the cart and mule I had.
Pretty much, yes. Yeah. Treat it as anything you don't have immediately on your person right now. That's lost forever.
Oh no, my self-respect!
Okay. I just smacked this guy. Does 26 hit?
26, yes, that hits the undead unicorn of war. 16 damage. Let me just make note of that. 16. Okay.
So, having come into this town, would I know generally which way would be the quickest to get out of town from where I am?
Well, the basic outlay of this town is you have 3 main exits, being east, west, and south. The most direct straight line would be south.
So this way.
Let me just... Would be going that way, where my arrow is pointing.
Okay, so
can you see that?
Yeah, where I was saying it. Okay, I need to change the color of mine so it's more visible. There we go.
So yes, that is pretty much what's going on. Okay. So we'll begin.
I would also like to make a note, as soon as this became obviously a battle, he would start projecting commands and aura of motivate strength to everyone except the Knoll. Because that only affects allies, and the Knoll is not really an ally yet.
You do not consider him
rules.
one.
How does that apply?
I do not.
Can I not be an ally? I don't like this group.
Well, considering I'm attacking the most dangerous thing I see, just so that you guys can get away.
Yeah, that's just your Knoll. That's just your Knoll savagery.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the human?
As I smack it, I'm like, "Go, people, go!"
And
okay, fine. Now he gets the bonus.
Darwick, do you want to just explain what your aura gives everybody?
Oh yes. Mine is currently motivate strength, so everyone's just getting bonuses to their strength based off of my charisma bonus. So basically, you are all getting +3 to strength checks and strength-based skill checks.
Nice.
3 to strength.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Marshals are really good combat support. You know, they're kind of like bards in a sense, just
Only
without
better?
magic and more
They're
fighting.
bards
And more
who
fight.
are good for fighting.
Exactly.
Okay, good.
They're
I
warrior
don't recall.
bards.
I don't think I can actually take the bonus from that though. I think it's just my allies.
No, you
It's
do
yours.
not get the bonus for it.
Yeah, I
It's
don't think
just
so,
your allies. Okay.
That's a lot of strength.
And with that,
I am the group face though, so it's fine.
Zindrix.
I don't know about
We'll
that.
see. We'll see how that works out.
I have
All right,
skill for
let's turn over. Let's do
as a
this.
skill. Or as a feat.
Zindrix, you are the fastest and most reactive amongst all of your... You can't call them peers. They're just the other people who didn't die, really. What are you doing?
The first thing she's going to do, she's going to look over to see if in Druidic she's going to point towards Fleek and say, defend. And then she is going to move and take a shot at the unicorn with her bow.
Okay, make a shot. All right, yeah. That... One moment. That does hit and deals 2 damage.
And see if we'll just follow his command and get on the other side of Fleek.
Okay. Now that takes us to Darvik.
Davik is amenably going to just leave the knoll to his fate before he actually sees the other person get in. Going to sigh and join the fray on that. No, he's going to be on this side. He can even reach from that side. Yeah, I do believe he can because 10... Wait, what? Yeah.
Yep.
He can reach from there.
That's
Hussein is like, wait, what? No, he can.
Twilight said
He's
15. I could be wrong.
He's going to get in there. Long shaft the glaive and attack. Where's the...
That's 15
Okay,
feet.
I'm hoping I'm doing
You
this
need to
right.
you need to step 5 feet closer.
What?
You're 15
I think
feet away.
with reach weapons, it doesn't count as 15 altogether.
Yeah,
I think
no.
it still counts as 2 squares in any direction.
Right.
That is like the sole exception to that rule.
Oh, okay, cool. I'm not super familiar with how reach works on diagonals, so...
Basically, the idea is that with this character, I can't actually attack someone either 10 or 5 feet away from me.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah, I know that. I was just making note because diagonals are funny. So you know what? We're deciding it
Diagonals
now.
are-
House rule. It's 2 squares in all directions.
Pretty much.
Got it. There we go. Rule decided. All right. Stab the unicorn in the face.
Bookie it.
Why
You
is that so
miss.
complicated?
You miss. As you go to stab the unicorn, it kind of catches some of its undead flesh. It doesn't even look like it's phased by you. Flick.
Well, I do believe I stated... No, actually, I don't think I said clear enough. Never mind.
Okay. Flick's just going to book it as far as he can get back. So with a run move, he can easily make it to the cart. So he's running back there, and, well, he's going to do whatever needs to be done to the horses. I assume they're not just, like, standing there waiting to go.
Yes, you'll need to, like, whatever it's called, like untie them from the post they're tied to.
Yeah, he starts doing whatever the thing is that needs to be done to get the cart able to move.
Okay.
And he looks over to the group of things on the left. What are they?
Well, what you see there is it appears to be a group of Well, there's two large, green-skinned, almost pig-faced humanoid creatures. They've got like hunched shoulders and backs, and they look very muscular. And they're wielding longbows. In between them, much smaller, lithe versions with pointed ears and sharp teeth, still very green-skinned, and they're holding little crossbows, and they look ready to attack anything they can see.
All right. Well, I'm trying to do this while being as inconspicuous as possible.
All right. And that brings us to the Dark Horse.
Okay. I'm going to shout at the two next to me, and is like, we don't need to be worrying about killing this shit. We just got to get out. That being said, I am going to go ahead. Has the unicorn... is the unicorn actually looking at us at all as this is happening?
The unicorn... It wasn't, but now that more than one person has actively attacked it, it looks like it isn't just going to be continuing on its rampage. It's turned its head and it lets out this snort of hot air, and its eyes are blood red, and it looks angry. I know a horse, it's hard to convey anger, but if you could speak horse, this horse is saying, "I'ma cut you, bitch."
All right, seeing this all together, I realize that I do still have to defend myself. So I'm going to take my chain, whip it around, catch it with my foot, and send it flying.
Ooh, yikes, 15. With a 15, you swing at the unicorn, and it maneuvers its head, catching your chain on its horn, and just then dropping it onto the floor. It protected itself, so you did not hit it.
Alrighty.
Varco, our resident magic man.
Let's see. He's going to take a 5-foot step towards the door and cast magic armor on himself. And that would be my turn.
Yep, that's all you're doing for this round. And that brings us back to everyone's favorite dog boy.
Alrighty. Okay, so this unicorn is not happy with us, but also noticing this group right here. What do I notice about them, actually?
Okay, let me just double check what is on this group of fellows. I'm going to have to zoom in so I can remember. Yes. Well, you see the same kind of green-skinned fellows that, well, you don't know if Flick has seen them, but yes, they're the same things. These very large, muscular humanoids with almost pig-like faces to them. Then there's 3 smaller ones who are alive with sharp teeth. But amongst these, the one in the back seems to be wearing very tribal attire and seems to be wielding a staff and looking very magically, for lack of a better word.
I am going to move here, and then I'm going to poke the unicorn again.
I'm going to stab it in the butt.
Yep.
Stab that unicorn's ass.
Sounds like a total euphemism. I'm going to poke the unicorn.
Yeah, as you pierce forward with your long glaive towards the unicorn's rear, you miss time and just you catch it in some of the very thick undead by you.
Went robot for us for a second.
You turned into a robot.
For just a moment.
Okay. Has it fixed itself? Am I still robot boy?
It has. It has.
You're good.
Hooray! Well, now I get to do stuff. Alrighty, let's see. Well, the last person who hit the unicorn and got him all riled up, well, that would be... So, unicorn is going to just vaguely adjust himself, take a couple of steps, and he is going to try and stab at Darvik.
He steps out, so I get an attack of opportunity.
Yes, you
kid.
do.
God damn, my form's off.
Yes!
Keldor, you hit for a whopping 19 damage. You got a second wind, you aimed your thrust better to pierce that unicorn in the rear. Minus 19. Yeah, that unicorn, it's now got this rather large, open, gaping, gashy wound. It's not bleeding, but it's a very large, open wound, and it looks like the unicorn is preparing to slow down as it tries to stab at Darvik. Oh, you piece of wank. Let me just...
Britishisms.
Yes, well, he rolled a 7, so no, he does not hit, unfortunately for me.
Did he get any closer from that? Can he actually hit from that range?
Yeah, hang on. It's trying to stay zoomed out enough so I can see what I'm doing, but then I was trying to move. So yes, he actually moved himself to there.
Okay, that's where the combat reflexes kick in. Let's see. He provoked it going into my threat range the first time. Would he provoke it again going closer?
Combat reflexes only works on multiple opponents, not the same opponent.
I do believe combat reflexes does work if they provoke multiple instances of attacks of opportunity. I have actually done a combat reflexes chain before.
Yes, if it's because if it's for different reasons, if it come on, like if you're sprinting past and you run through multiple threatened squares, then yes, technically you do invoke multiple attacks opportunities for the same infraction, so as to speak.
Okay, so I would get one more attack then.
He only left one threatened square. Entering a threatened square. I'm trying to recall. He is technically engaged in combat with you, but also technically not. So I'm going to make an executive decision and go, yeah, second attack. I'm going to go for next week. Right, 23. Good hit. To make up for your rather lackluster previous attempt, you just... Well,
those were getting the range.
How are you whacking this horse with your chain?
Okay, so the cool thing about the spike chain is that it can attack from both at reach and directly next to me. So, bringing it back, the chain wraps around myself, and I actually smack it across using the smaller range.
Nice. Is that a 6 damage? Yes, I can read. Alrighty. This unicorn is looking very worn down by your collected assault. For him, he's got backup. These... no, wait, they're all melee folks. But, yeah, they is gonna spread. Let me just double check what I'm doing. Yep, you're 30. So, diddly doop bop dee doo do. Do 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 dee doo. Yep. Okay, yeah. These people are gonna spread and start attacking anyone they can get near. So, Goblin at Zindrix, one at Keldor, Orc at Keldor. This Goblin's just running in that vague direction because he's looking for somewhere to go. He's gone there, and he's spreading out there. Okay. Goblin that is attempting to attack Zindrix. Well, he rolled a natural 2 on the dice, so he's not attacking anybody. goblin that is going to try and attack Keldor. That's a 4 on the die. Oh dear. And the orc, 5. Jesus Christ, these guys suck.
Just a little.
But thankfully, there's one which can't miss. The rather tribal, magical-looking fellow. He lifts his big pointy stick up into the sky and points at the person who looks the most threatening.
Which is the giant, scary hyena dude.
Yes, it is. And when he then points the staff at you, a mystical orb of what appears to be pure force flies out at you. You take 1 damage. My rolls are appalling.
Alrighty. No save?
No, because this is a magic missile.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Flick, you are faffing around up there. There are 5 orcs and goblins. You didn't specify you were hiding as you ran up there, so I'm going to be a dick. And they're all going to try and make a shot at you.
True, I did not say the word hide. I said I was trying to be inconspicuous.
Yeah, because I'm a dick. Unfortunately, I'm also pedantic. So, since the action you are doing, you do technically have cover behind the horses. So, you will... Cool. There is a mischance for all of these. Okay.
That's about what I was going for anyway, so...
Okay, that's 14 on the... Ooh, nat 20!
Oh, shit.
That's a miss.
It was nice knowing you guys.
See ya, Flick.
That's okay. I might roll 1 on damage, because these are ranged weapons. Flick, what's your armor
Carry
class?
me with my gold.
19.
My arm is 19.
Everything else missed you. It's just been nat 20. Nice. Now, let's see, because this could be totally avoided with the cover and the mischance. And yeah, it is.
Yeah.
By 2. You bastard. I hate you. I hate you.
There's an arrow sticking out of the horse now, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Aw. Poor Bessie.
It's not an arrow. It's a crossbow bolt, because it was one of the little guys who got the nat 20. And
wait, Bessie's cows, isn't it?
Yeah. We're going to call this horse Mustang. And that Mustang has taken 4 damage. And finally, the last person... Oh, wait, I've just realized. Kira, you're not on the initiative order, are you?
No, my initiative, for some reason, didn't want to roll. I had rolled a
click on
D4.
your token.
There you go.
Hey, I didn't want to do anything anyway.
There's nothing you wanted to do?
I'm just sitting here like, nope, not fighting.
Yeah. Well then, meanwhile, the handy-dandy bard, he is dragging this barrel of ale behind him and slowly making his way. Double move action at half speed. Wait, nope, that's the wrong thing. Stupid mouse. Ah! 20. Okay, yeah, that's as far as he can move.
I have a question.
Go for it.
As he moves to about right here, is the barrel still directly in front of him?
He is dragging it behind him. He has turned. He's walking backwards whilst dragging this barrel.
Okay. I'm going to use my final combat reflexes attack of opportunity to see if I can bust the barrel. Because this is going to take way too fucking long, and I'm not going to deal with that.
Okay, go right for it. Attack the barrel. Okay, since these things normally have an AC of like 10, it's only wooden. You've hit that. Its hardness isn't that good. Yeah, you've smashed his barrel.
I'm going to yell, get the damn cart!
There is ale spilling over the floor. The bard looks at you. with tears in his eyes. He goes, but my barrel, the ale. No. Okay.
Cry me a river, but get the damn cart.
He looks.
I could use some help back here.
The bard now looks very serious, as if when it comes to his next turn, he's going to get up there and help. We have returned round to Zindrix.
She's going to 5-foot step back, and she is going to cast Entangle.
Okay, let me get you a spell token.
It feels good, doesn't it, Blake?
Oh, it does feel good. Now I get to make everything to where it can't move.
Yeah. Forget the fire trick.
Don't have it right now. I just ready 2 entangles for today.
There's that.
Plenty of non-magical ways to light a fire.
Yeah, especially whenever you have a rogue.
Turn that on. All right, there.
I just realized I didn't.
You have control of that, Blake. You can put that entangle wherever you like.
Going right there.
Okay, I need to make a bunch of reflex saves. What's the saving throw? They need to beat the DC even.
15 reflex.
15. All right. Fail. 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 Succeed. Succeed. Fail. 2 of them have succeeded. The other 3 are tangled. I will quickly mark the 2 which succeeded. Being. Well, actually, no. I can't mark them as succeeded. I can only mark those as failed. So let's. There we go. Boot. Because they are tangled. It's like being tripped up. Where's the boot? Boot, 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 boot. Boot.
While Zindrix does that, Sif would continue his journey up to the cart to continue following his order.
Okay. And last one. And boot. There we go. We have made it background to Darvik. There is a unicorn in front of you. It tried to stab you.
And I do imagine it did not work.
It didn't do a good job of stabbing.
It's not very good at the stabby stab.
Right. He was going to short half wave, and then go, this thing reeks, and then stab it.
Go for it.
Technically, a glaive is a slashing weapon.
Oh, slash. Yeah, I'm sorry, but I meant slash. I'm sorry, where I come from, stab is a pretty general term for causing damage.
Unfortunately, for an AC of 15, you do not pierce its thick undead hide. You
Right,
slash
remember,
your
everyone,
blade.
you guys are getting +3 to your strength, too.
Mm-hmm. I'm taking advantage of that.
Good, do that.
When you slash your glaive into it, the glaive just like hits its neck. You can't penetrate through it. It's got a really thick hide. It's kind of hard to.
He's also going to declare that, quickly get the town folk to safety.
Alrighty. Flick, you just had a bunch of arrows and bolts shot at you.
So as he ducks behind the leg of the horse and sees the 4 arrows go flying off into the night and hears the one into the other side of the horse, he kind of grimaces, and then he reaches out and he takes a dagger and just slashes whatever the bindings are tying the horses down. And what I'd like to attempt to do, if I can still do this in one turn, seeing where the reins are attached to the wagon there, I'm going to try and jump over just above the wheel, and I'm gonna like hang off the side of the cart, but I'm gonna reach up and try and grab the reins and just wrench them as far as I can to the left. And I'm gonna try and make the cart turn to the left and go towards the guys in the street while I use it as a shield between me and the guys with the arrows.
Okay. To do all of that, like that would take more than like a single move action. So that'll begin next round. Like you're jumping up and you're pulling on the rein. So next round the wagon's gonna set off. Gotcha.
That makes sense.
All right, cool. But yeah, you can do that. You can jump up, you can get there, and you can pull the reins.
And since I'm using the cart as a shield, can I hide with it?
Yes.
Saying the word hide this time.
Yes, you can.
All right, I'm gonna make a roll.
Okay.
Not the best.
It's fine. These guys probably don't have great vision.
Okay.
Dark horse. There is another dark horse in front of you. What do you do?
Yeah, is this technically like cannibalism?
That's what he does.
He gets a crit. Yes. This is also our first crit of the game, so I'm going to throw out a rule for homebrew here. For speed, we are not going to confirm crits. You roll a nat 20, that's a crit. Done. Boom. Huzzah for that, because...
Sweet. I like it.
It's just quicker. It's easier. It doesn't make you feel quite as annoyed when you roll a crit and it feels like nothing happened. So yes, for 10 damage. I think... Oh, come on, you... Yes, you did. With that, the undead unicorn buckles under the weight of its own like heavy body as the strength saps out from its legs. It collapses onto the floor in front of you.
That's showing him who's boss.
Hurrah.
Okay. I'd also like to say, all right, let's get the fuck out of here.
Good idea.
Gareth, didn't you enjoy your fun little trip into the big city?
I hate this place.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna move.
I shall be back in a second as well.
Okay. How familiar are you with the 3.5 movement rules and all of that?
Each square is 5, then you have a base speed, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Yes. That when you click on your token, the thing in the blue circle, that is your base speed. There's a bunch of different things you can do as well. You can do a double movement where you move twice, but then you wouldn't be able to attack. Or you can do a run, which means someone's going to have to correct me here. Without
take your whole turn to move 4 times your speed.
I was just going to say,
but only in a straight line.
Yes, so that wouldn't be overly fantastic for you. What does the feats give you for running? I can't remember.
There's ones that allow you to turn. There's ones that allow you to run even faster.
That's it. So, okay, running is probably not a great option for you here, but you could do a double move, so you can move 60 feet. So that would be, 12 squares in any direction, basically.
can move through squares with friendly players occupying them.
Yeah, friendly players, they can let you past. Enemies, that they probably won't.
Okay, I'm gonna move right here and just basically wait.
Okay, playing it safe.
I'm a healer with not great stats. Yeah.
Looks just like, where the fuck is everybody?
Well, there's a dog next to you. Well, a wolf.
Yeah, good. I'll bring him with me.
Vako.
Let's see, Baco, as a move action, will take out his light crossbow, and then as another move action, will load it.
Alrighty.
That's his turn.
Getting yourself all ready. That brings us round to our favorite knightly dog boy, who, just for your reference, so you know what happened in front of you, you know, this really quiet elf girl who's been in the tavern, not said much. She's walked out, spoken in a language that nobody understands. Her dog ran off, and then she made like grass and vines rip up from the cobblestones and tie around people in this place where magic is almost entirely forbidden.
I don't think I realized she was a chick till just now.
All right. So meta question: with the quick draw feat, would that allow me to sheath my weapon without provoking an attack of opportunity?
Quick drawing doesn't apply to sheathing, I don't think. I think it is only for drawing. So you can drop your weapon and then draw out another weapon, because dropping is a free action. Drawing with quick draw is a free action, and none of these invoke attacks of opportunity.
Is it different rules if we want to draw it instead of drawing it? No?
If you have the time to get out a piece of paper and a pen.
Okay. So what I do is I will take a 5-foot step back, and keeping my glaive, I am going to poke this guy.
The one who is not entangled.
Yes.
Go for it.
Okay. Ugh, that's terrible.
I just need to check. Okay. Well, we're reaching things very quickly. You have matched his AC. It's good that we come across these things early for a session. Matching AC, do you want to say that is a miss or a hit? As a group, what do we think?
Should be, you have to equal whatever the number is.
I would say,
Generally
yeah, it
accepted,
hits if
right?
you manage to hit the AC on it.
Yeah.
Okay, everyone's cool with that. Everyone's all agreed. Then, yeah, that orc's dead.
Yes! I just step back, rear back, and just slash, and his head just goes flying into the air.
Oh yeah, you step and swing and clean cut, head off, body crumples to the floor, wrapped up in vines as this entangle just keeps going and going.
Going and going and going and going.
Okay, now I get to do stuff. Well, first thing that happens, Flick, behind you, you hear a very loud shout. Yeah, you hear shouting, and you can also hear like fighting, like the sound of metal smashing against metal. But it's almost as if it's coming from above you. If you turn and look up, you see that big, thick, black colored-in line?
Yes.
Yes, if you look up, that is the wall to the castle. when you look up on top of there, you see a rather young-looking man. He's quite well built. He not muscular and ripped and hench. It's more lean, but he looks very capable. He is wielding a hammer, and you see him as he makes a swing at some more of these countless forces of some seem to be alive, some seem to be the living dead, and then
The forces of not so goodness.
yes,
Yeah.
that is exactly what they
Well, I
are.
would almost say evil.
Oh, yeah, that's a bit harsh. You don't know their reasonings.
Okay, maybe I went a little too far.
Yeah, we should give him
They're
a
just
chance
morally
here. Yeah.
challenged.
Misguided.
Misguided.
So-
there you go.
Matt,
Here's-
you chopped out for me when you said he was a young what and that he was wielding a what.
He's a young male, young man, human, and he
Okay.
is wielding a hammer. And then a rather much smaller, skinnier looking fellow. You can't get a good view on him because he's wearing a rather conspicuous because it doesn't blend in, ornate robe, who seems to grab this person without touching him, and he hurls him off the side of the wall.
Lovely.
I'm not catching him.
Well, thankfully for you don't have to. There's a lovely soft pile of hay there as this.
Does he look like royalty?
Make a knowledge local check.
We'll do that.
If I'm there to pay attention as well, I shall also roll one.
You are nowhere inside of this.
Nice.
Got it.
Yeah, there's a big burning building blocking your vision of all that.
Oh, I'm
I
not expecting the penalties to come from a burning building.
I got 19 anyway.
Just finished killing an undead horse thing.
Yeah.
Flick, you can immediately
I'm sorry, I was
recognize.
confused on who it was. This was being described to you for a second.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Flick, you can immediately recognize this man as Prince Angus McFife.
All right. Well, I can't believe my luck. And I give my head a quick shake. And I say, hey, Prince, over here.
He is laying in this like pile of hay, looking very dazed. He's just been hurled off the castle wall, and he goes, ugh. Shit, I wasn't really expecting anyone to talk to him. I thought they were just like gonna grab his limp body, but
Well, I'm not dragging him anywhere.
hang
I can
on.
barely carry my backpack.
I was gonna
Scrumpy, go get him.
I was going to develop a voice for this guy in the coming week, but okay, fine.
Trains are rolling, Your Highness. We gotta go.
He can't sit up. He's very badly injured. He goes, one moment, try and figure out the voice.
We just dropped off this guy.
He's been hurled off the castle wall, and now he's just here.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
And he goes, I can't move. I think I might have broken a leg in the fall. Someone's got to
Right.
come and help me.
I run back and I try and get the dog to come with me, the wolf. And
All right.
just as I run by, I don't touch him, but I motion to him like, come on, dog, come on.
Wolf, wolf.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll tell you what happens when we reach your turn, because there's also a bunch of other stuff.
Oh yeah, I probably shouldn't have moved till my turn.
Oh, no, it's fine. Don't worry. You got excited. Love a good bit of excitement.
Right.
Okay, the people who are entangled, they're going to try and break out. Fail, 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 fail. And yes, this person can just make it to the nasty looking druid who did all this nonsense to him, and he's going to try and attack you. And he rolled an 11. Zindrix, what's your AC?
17.
He don't hit shit. The bardic knock kind of looks at all of this and goes, I need to go and get my wagon. I sure hope that my horses haven't been hit by things. That would be unfortunate. I love my horses.
They're great horses and everything.
And he rushes up there and goes, no, Mustang, you got hit. No, what's going on over there? As he looks over to the pile of hay and other things.
Could use some help here.
Yes, that is what he is going to do. He's going to come over and help. So we'll get round to that later. That's pretty much it as to what's going on. So I know I've not been paying attention to these fellows off to the right-hand side. That's because they are completely ignoring everything that's behind them. They are continuing along their way as if they're on a mission to just destroy everything they come across. If it's behind them, they don't care. And that brings us back round to Zindrix.
You have
Going to follow
Look
the
at your face.
road. Hendrix is going to 5 foot step back and take a shot at the guy who just attacked her.
I can barely hear you there, Blake.
Yep.
Well,
Same
taking
for
a
me.
shot at the guy. Just the one that just attacked me.
That'd be this fellow here.
boink. Ooh.
Yikes. Caught up in the panic of the moment, you tried to make a shot and your fingers stumble as you essentially just drop the arrow on the floor. Which is unfortunate, but
Believable.
oof. Fortunately for you, as all of these fellas are having to re-roll their saving throws because they're still in the area, he just failed his reflex save, so he is now also tangled. He started to laugh at you as you goofed up your bow shot, and then vines wrapped around him, and he's stuck. Darvik.
Yes. Well, with the falling of the horse, he's going to look all around him and wait, where the hell am I on the map? Oh, there we go. For some reason it moved me. He's going to look at the horse and then proceed to assist the person who at least seems to be somewhat human, like, person-like.
Yeah.
Oh, the null?
No. No, the druid.
Ah, I got it.
I'd rather help a dirty magic user than you.
He actually would. He's slightly indifferent. He's indifferent to slightly discouraged by magic casters, but he's full on does not like gnolls.
Good to know.
Alrighty.
Also don't care.
Go and try and kill these tied up orcs and goblins.
So
No.
they'd be
Oh, no,
considered
he's attacking.
flat-footed.
Yes, they would be.
Good to know. Means I can't attack them.
Gotta love knights. Yep. No. You want any more danger? You fell over. I'll ignore you.
What is with Dominic is a capable soldier, I swear.
Well,
Apparently
yeah,
doesn't do damage, though.
but you've got to remember, at the same time, I feel I must repeat myself, fireballs and lightning are raining from the sky. Undead unicorns and unholy armies of a multitude of unlawful evil races are sacking this city. I think you'd be justified going, oh shit.
To be fair, this is beyond the average battle.
Just a little bit.
That's the bit.
Yeah, as you rush over, you stumbled a little bit. You still stab him. You stab him good, but it's in the shoulder, so it's minimal
Well, I
damage.
slash
but
him.
You slash him
Because
across the shoulder.
Oh shoot! We never did discuss whether or not the glaive would have the additional thing we talked about.
Yeah, I was cool with that existing, but no one's attacking you yet.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like I wanted to know for future reference.
Yeah. I'm totally cool with having that mechanic.
What mechanic is this? Since I am also using a glaive.
Oh no, mine is designed so as it has a sort of forking claw in the back, so I can use it for pinning weapons at the cost of I make them unable to use their weapons, but I'm also unable to use mine. So basically, it's really useful for like going up to the big bad guy, just locking his weapon and making him a lot harder for him to murder the shit out of everyone.
Yeah.
Okay. Good to know.
Opening yourself up for all the enemy.
Oh yeah, no,
little
that's
guys
the trade-off.
Ooh, he's busy. Sneaky sneak.
I mean, I
stabby
think we
stabs.
also made the argument that I can try doing it with only one hand, so to draw a sword to defend myself, and I take penalties from trying to keep it pinned or something like that.
There would be penalties because instantly you're trying to hold this thing's weapon locked with one hand. He has two. He instantly has more strength he can dedicate. So
right. That's what I'm saying. It's like it would be harder to do.
It would be a whole thing.
It would be a whole thing.
Anyhow,
we'll get to that when I actually do it.
Yes. Moving onwards. Flick. Your new bardic friend has arrived and is willing to assist you.
Help me get him up. We gotta get him on the cart. We gotta go.
Yes. Good call. Who is this person? I don't know.
Highness, would you care to introduce yourself, or should I do it for you?
Angus McFife has started to drift off into unconsciousness. He's fallen like a good,
All right, no time for that. Let's go. And I'm trying to like lift up his arm because that's all I can really lift.
Yeah, as you're doing that, the Bardic Knock will be helping. He'll be picking him up, and essentially he's going to throw him into the back of the wagon as ungraciously as he can. Because and
like intentionally ungraciously.
Just
like fuck this guy. Like how dare he?
Almost everything this bard does is ungracious. As much as he's flamboyant and flounces around, he doesn't conduct himself very elegantly. He's more likely to kick open a door and go, "I'm here," than politely knock like and go. Yeah.
All right, we're gonna follow the wagon out. We're gonna use it as a shield from those guys with the bows. Just stay behind it.
Uninventive little man. Get in. I'll show you what a real wagon can do.
All right, I'm gonna wait till he jumps in, and then I'm gonna hide behind him.
Yeah. He is dropping. Okay, so he throws McFife in. He's gonna jump up onto the top. I'm going to move stuff around. There we go. He's in there. Angus McFife is in there. He's preparing to do stuff. Dark Horse.
Okay, I'm going to step up, and then I am going to... Actually, hold on, I'm going to step that way. There we go. And then I'm going to go ahead and charge directly up to beside Kildor.
Yep.
And using the reach and the fact that I do believe... Was that enough for a charge?
Yes, a charge you only need to move 10 feet in a single direction for.
I'm going to attempt to attack this boy right here.
Go for it.
And right as I do so, I am going to shout to Keldor, "Don't fucking freeze up on us."
You haven't seen me freeze up at all. You just saw me chop a guy's head off. That's the only thing you've seen.
It was Darvik who messed up.
And there we are.
Okay.
I just know one more thing for my turn. That as the bard pulls the prince up to the front seat, I'm going to try and make sure that the prince is below the edge of the side of the cart.
Sorry.
So he's less likely to get shot.
This is a it's like a full-on stagecoach wagon with an open back. He has thrown the prince inside the wagon.
Okay, so there's walls and shit.
There's walls and a ceiling, and now.
Oh, okay. I thought it was all totally exposed over top. All right.
No.
Then yeah, I'm just inside with the prince.
Yeah, sorry. This is the kind of wagon a person can live in, sleep in.
Gotcha.
In fact, it probably looks like it has been lived and slept in.
Excuse me, gents. I hate to do this to you all, but I must depart.
Oh, do you have to leave?
Yeah. Like, I don't know how much longer this would actually have going on, but, like, I must depart. Like, this wouldn't be the time I usually have to leave, but situations.
That's totally okay, because...
We're all attempting to run the fuck to the thing anyway. So.
Pretty much. So, yeah, just, run away! Run away!
That is pretty much what the point of this session is. It's get the fuck out of Dodge/Dundee.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So
I will depart then.
Yes.
Good day to
I
you
will
all.
take care
Have
of that.
fun.
Well, thank you for joining us.
Yep.
I will
Nice
return
to meet you, man. We'll
next
see you next session.
We will see you next week.
Good.
Okay, then. Going back down to Mr. Dark Horse. Yeah, with that attack, this tied up, wrapped in vines goblin, how are you hitting him / killing him?
All right. As I'm running up and shouting a message to Keldor, my chain is swinging, and right as it reaches the high point of its arc, I'm going to let it fly to its full length directly at this fucker's head.
Ooh, nice. As you swing and then manipulate to essentially make the chain go taut and straighten, it creates this very satisfying sound through the air as this chain pierces into this goblin's eye. As the goblin goes, "Ah!" screams out before falling onto the floor, and the vines wrapping around it as its twitching corpse lays there. Our friendly little herbalist, Kirith. What are you doing amidst all this terror and destruction?
Kirith?
We lost him.
There he is.
Kirith?
All right. I'm gonna see. I'll walk up behind Kel. I want to put my hand on Keldor's shoulder and cast guidance.
Ah.
So,
yes, Keldor, as this, he's been very quiet, but you know, he's been perfectly pleasant and polite. You saw him try to help out the old man inside. You feel a rather kind, soft hand touch on the shoulder, and then you feel this almost divine energy flow through you, giving you a, oh yeah, I feel a bit better about what's going to happen next.
Okay.
So you get a +1 bonus on a single attack roll, saving throw, or skill check. You must choose to use it before you roll.
And I can choose to not use it.
Yeah, you can choose not to use it.
Okay. Good to know.
That lasts 10 rounds, so.
Sweet.
Yeah, you've got plenty of time to figure out when to use that. And that brings us to Vako.
Let's see, Vako will move right here and shoot at this guy right over here.
Go for it.
Ooh.
So
Probably
unfortunate.
Yeah, that misses.
Hey, watch it!
Unfortunately, yes. Also, on the other hand, fortunately, you do have precise shot, so you aren't hitting one of your friends instead. It's just not a very well aimed shot. You kind of dash in, and as you're maneuvering your arm to help you aim, your arm slips up. You end up like firing off into the sky. Going, oh, whoops! Done goof.
Not the best thing.
Okay.
Warm up shot, guys. Warm up shot.
Yeah. Whew. Warm up.
So this guy right here. No. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, with my move action, sheath my glaive and from my back draw out a heavy wooden shield and a longsword.
All right.
And I'm going to step right here and just start pointing people to move that way.
Yeah, you're going, go people, go, 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 go.
Get to the car.
Get to the chopper. Sorry,
Basically.
Obligatory
like,
quotation was needed.
That's what I've been saying, but simply nicer.
Yeah. It's like, all right, people, carts that way. Let's move.
Okay. Alrighty. So now I get to do stuff. The remaining 3 fellows here, will any of them break out of the vines? No.
With the DC 20.
They all suck. However, these people up here, they've seen a whole bunch of stuff go on. They've seen so they're all going to try and shoot at Mr. Bard Boy. Miss, 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 miss. These archers suck. They really suck. Fortunately, you know who doesn't suck? Mr. Bard Boy, who I'm so glad I created this. He is going to sit up high on his little seat, whip the reins, and go, horses, forward, go, go, go! And with that, he is going to move the wagon directly into these people. As he approaches...
No, we gotta go the other way!
As he approaches, he very rapidly pulls on one of the reins. He's going to make a check. Hell yes. And with that, he causes the horses to change direction very quickly, making the wagon slide and smash into a bunch of these people. They are going to take damage.
Did he just drift his wagon?
He drifted his wagon and hit into all of these orcs and goblins.
I love how everyone except Baco is actually able to witness this, and the best thing about this, if we tell him, he will never fucking believe it.
Yeah, right.
Okay, yeah. The damage he just rolled on that, this wagon ain't exactly light. All 5 of those guys are dead.
Oh, jeez.
I mean, these are CR 1 or a half, or they're very easy to kill. It's just amusing that he killed them with a wagon.
Oh yeah.
And,
yeah.
Well, that's his move for the round, and he's gonna look down at you guys who can now see the wagon, and he kind of goes, "Come on, let's go, move it!" And yes.
Let's book it. Those guys ain't going anywhere.
I mean, there's a big entangle spell blocking the wagon from coming back down, so...
Hell, we can figure that out.
If only there were a way to take care of that.
Just drop the spell.
Yeah, if only.
Is that a thing you can do in 3.5?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
You just dismiss spells.
Yeah.
Okay.
It needs to say that it's a dismissible spell in the player's handbook. It'll have a little D in brackets next to the spell. Okay, yes, and we are back round to Zindrix.
Who just coincidentally arrived at the right time.
Perfect timing. Your turn, Blake.
Oh, well, I want to take a shot at the same one and see if it's going to run over and try to jump up on the cart.
Yep. Sif can do that. Sif can jump on in to this wagon of love. And Zindrik,
Don't call it that.
Wagon of happiness.
It's a little better.
Shaggin' wagon?
Same one. This one.
Yeah, you hit the guy. He's still entangled. He's there. He's not looking great, but there's a somewhat imminent flaw. Your escape plan has to drive through your entangle spell. So, Darvik, he is not here, so he is gonna make a dash, and can he get there in a single move?
He's gonna get. Never mind.
That's too far for him to make it in a single. I suppose if he ran, it's a straight line. He can make it in.
What if he ran in front of it and then held his action to jump up when it goes by?
Yeah, that's pretty much what he's going to do. He's going to rush here and ready to jump up onto the wagon. Flick, you are sat in this wagon. You have been swung around inside of it as it got drifted. What are you doing?
All right. Is the prince unconscious?
The prince is not looking fantastic. He is unconscious. He looks rather pale. And not in just because he's kind of Scottish. Like, no, pale as in no.
Yeah. First, I check him for injuries. Like, is he bleeding out from somewhere obvious?
Well, one could easily assume he got dropped off of a castle wall. He's taken some heavy blunt force trauma. It would be probably very easy to find broken bones, legs, ribs, things like that.
Okay, well, he's sort of going to shake him down real quickly and feel for broken bones, I guess. And then once he notes where the major injuries are, he is then going to check and see if his purse is still there.
The prince himself, he does not carry a purse. He's the prince. Why would he ever need to pay for anything ever?
I don't know, he might like to tip well.
Good justification, but no, the prince is not carrying any gold on him at this moment in time.
Yeah, why do other rich people I find have no gold?
You robbed the bartender who just had a very successful day.
Yeah, he's not what I consider rich.
He's a business
and he
owner.
had the most gold out of anybody.
Business owner during what is essentially being like St. Patrick's Day in this universe. Do you realize how much money is going to be in that bar?
Does St.
Not much anymore.
Typically rain fire and lightning over in England? Because that's over here.
Yeah, they left that part in Ireland, though.
Only if
just exported the green beer and the shame.
Yeah.
I'm Irish. I'm allowed to say that.
Yeah, exactly. It's fine.
So, he's basically just going to spend his turn doing that because he's not getting out of the cart. No. He might, if he was keeping an eye out for Sif, he might open the door and help him try and scrapple on the side.
Yeah, that's fine. Since you aren't trying to do anything with the broken bones, I'm not going to have you roll a heal check. You're just going to poke and go, ooh, that sounded bad.
Yeah, he doesn't know what to do.
Yeah.
He could poke it more, but I doubt that's two wrongs don't make a right, Yeah.
Okay, so that
redo, but
to Mr. Dark Horse.
Okay, this is the point where I'm going to start making a beeline for the cart too, but I'm going to Like, this is one of those things. I can kind of tell that, oh shit, we are going to have to get through this thing, aren't we? I need to make damn sure that we aren't going to have any problems. I'm going to take a step, or I'm going to walk 2 steps up towards the elf, since she's going to obviously need to be at least conscious to bring this shit down.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to take a whack at this creature directly next to him.
Yep, the one closest. Alrighty, yep. With that, you drop that one as well. How do you wish to end this orc's life?
Okay. This one is a lot less epic. All I'm going to do is I'm just going to walk up, swinging it underhanded this time, and I'm going to go directly up. I don't care if I catch the bottom of his chin or just the front of his face.
Yeah, you swing directly up. Your spike chain kind of rips up the front of his chest, clocks him under the chin. It's not strong enough to pierce through, but it's a big... Well, it's not blunt because it's a spike, but it's a big enough impact to just pierce under his chin. Blood gushes out as he drops to the floor. Little old Kirith, a poor, innocent, never seen combat before little herbalist.
I'm just a herbalist.
What am I doing here? What happened?
Fixing to pay me a lot
I
of
just
money.
came to get a drink at the bar, but no, fire and lightning, and dead bodies everywhere.
Is that how your bar works?
That is exactly how my bar works.
Only in Texas, actually.
There's a reason I left there.
I don't blame you at all.
And why I left Phoenix. Except for it doesn't do lightning, just fire.
Just gonna walk
Dry
like
heat.
there, I guess.
A very dry heat.
You can cross through friendly characters if they let you through. You can just run past these people and make your way to the wagon if you just want to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, as you start to hesitate, I'm just like, go! And push you on the back and get you to go faster.
All right. I'm getting the hell out of here because I'm not a combat character.
Avoid the chains as you run through me, so.
Gets hit in the face, just dies.
Probably.
Kirath, you had a terrible run.
Okay. Yeah, you can move 30 feet, so you could get to there.
Well, you can move.
If you double move, you can get twice that.
Yeah.
So you can get to there.
Look at that.
That's me doing that because I'm getting out.
All right. Seeing that, okay. Mr. Crossbowman's turn, who I've heard talk about magic, but haven't seen shit from him yet.
He's got some magical armor that we can't see on him.
Yeah.
Yes, but I don't see it.
Well, I will just bluff that I have no idea what magic is.
Yeah.
Yes, so I have heard that you talked about magic and were interested in it, but have not done anything yet.
Very true.
So I don't care.
Yeah. And even then, you didn't really hear
You're a crossbow dude.
Varco talk about magic. It was more the crazy old man went, he uses magic.
And
then got
the
hit
old
by
man
fireball.
turned out to be not so crazy, so...
It could have just been a coincidence. You don't know if he comes in there every Friday night and tells them the world's going to end.
True enough.
Law of averages, a broken clock is right twice a day.
Twice a day.
Right? Exactly one time, and he's like, damn it, me!
Okay. So, let's see.
Okay, so Varco, you're just rushing, get into the wagon, going. Alrighty.
Okay, seeing that the dark horse is more than capable of taking care of himself, I'm going to, with my move action, sheath my sword and shield and quick draw my glaive, and then I am going to poke this guy right there.
Oh, he's just been sitting back watching the fight.
I totally didn't even see him because he blended in so well. He probably.
Well, he's not really there anymore, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Oh,
He's
yeah.
just a little splat on the ground.
He's nothing.
For this one, what you guys see is this giant hyena dude put away his sword and shield as he runs up, pull out his glaive, and just stick this goblin up into the air on top of his glaive. And he's just sitting in the sky there.
You now have a shish kebab goblin. In fact,
the only one I could attack.
Sorry, I need to roll for something because if it works, actually, you know what? You're gonna roll for it. Roll me a percentile, please.
Alrighty.
Listen to that confidence.
Damn. Actually, you know what? Screw it. I'm a DM. I can make shit up. As you raise your glaive into the air, a lightning bolt crackles down into this big metal object you have held elevated. It doesn't do any damage because I'm assuming you have a non-metal handle. And
yes, I do have a non-metal handle.
Basically, it just hits this lightning rod with the goblin corpse on it. Smoke comes flying off, and it is the most amazing, badass thing anyone has ever seen. As a massive hyena man stands there with this big, 10-foot glaive lifted above his head with a goblin pierced that got hit by lightning.
And I am totally pissed that my weapon got damaged at all.
I don't know, your weapon's fine. It's just metal, it just conducts it. It's like, ooh, it's a very good metal as well, so it looks even cooler.
Oh, good. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. I'm like, and then I would just turn, and that's the end of my turn.
Okay. I just need to move these out the way when I grab. Oh, wait, hang on. You're not coming because you're dead. And that's okay.
Oh, one thing is, as that happens, I shout to the druid lady. I'm like, "We're gonna have to take this down," and then turn and start looking at this dude.
Alrighty. The wagon pulls up outside of the entangle spell, pretty much telling everyone to get on. That's that. And that brings it, because, yeah, entangled. So, do any of them make it? Nope. You guys suck. Zindrix.
So for her standard action, she's going to dismiss her spell.
Spell. Be gone!
She's going to move over here and get ready to jump on the wagon.
Alrighty.
How many people can fit on that wagon?
You can.
We're gonna be sitting on top of each other. Don't worry about that. But that's not our concern right now.
You can squeeze 8 people in there, and two people sat up front, driving.
That's convenient.
Yes, it's almost as if I planned for this.
The DM planned for something? Dear God.
I know, it's insane.
What world are we coming to?
Okay, Darvik, he's gonna jump in the wagon. It's pretty much his turn. Flick, I'm assuming you're sitting still, waiting.
Did Darvik jump into the back, or is he up front?
He's in the back.
Okay. Then when I was checking the prince last turn, did he have any jewelry or anything on him?
Yeah, if you eyed him up, whilst he didn't have any money, he didn't have, ooh, here's my gold. We'll have had some nice bits and pieces, some very expensive looking rings with some gems in them.
Nice.
his armor is certainly ornate looking. His
I'm gonna stick
hammer,
with the jewelry for now. Is there anything besides rings?
no, it's pretty much just a ring and like a small amulet, necklace, broochy type thing. It's just nice gilded metal. It's nothing overly expensive, but yeah, it's obviously ornate and pretty.
And is the ring a signet ring or is it just a cool looking ring?
There is one which is a signet ring. You know, it has the symbol of the House of McFife. The other one is his engagement ring, which has got a pretty, it's standard because he's the man. He doesn't get a diamond.
All right, then I'm going to leave the rings and I'm going to be unclasping the amulet as Darvik climbs in the back. So I'm going to roll a sleight of hand. Ooh. Ha, crit.
Yeah, crit. You're fine. You just go.
Oh, yeah.
You essentially, as Darvik gets in, you go, oh, hey, what's that over there? You go, no one even saw you do it. No one even thinks you could do it.
Right. So Prince Angus's amulet. In the inventory you go. And that's pretty much all I had for my turn.
All right. We're down to Dark Horse.
All right. Let's see. So how's this one goblin that I assume just got freed of the spell looking in front of me, seeing as I have slaughtered not one, not two, but also a horse?
This little guy, well, he's now free of the spell. I haven't unentangled him yet, but I'm working on all that now. They need to stand up. They were knocked prone, so he's kind of like on his knees. He looks up at you and is just, what languages do you speak?
I can only speak Common and Elven.
Yeah, you don't understand what he says, but he kind of looks up at you and in this awful, nasally, high-pitched thing, he goes, and kind of raises his little hand in a submitting pose.
I'm just going to quickly jerk my head in one direction, like the direction that all the other ones are going.
That way.
And I'm going to step out just a bit.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to position myself towards the magic one. I think I can get about this far.
Okay. I'm going to take out the magic man.
I'm setting myself up
Does
for it.
Entangle actually knock them down? Or is it just holds them fast?
It wraps them up, and I like to imagine it knocks them down, because, it's just
That's
to
annoying.
make it move a bit. It's just then, ooh, the vines are gone, I'm fine, I can move now. They'd have to wait till their turn to not be prone anymore, because you gotta remember how quick all of this is happening. It's not like the moment the vines let go of you, you're fine. Okay, that brings us to Kirith.
All right, I'm going to climb into the cart, and if I have an action left, I'm going to check on the prince and try and heal him, like using heal.
Yes. You get in, you see this very pale man. He looks not very well. Do you want to roll me a heal check, please?
I will do that.
Can I assist him by pointing out where the injuries are?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
By essentially going, when I poked him there, he made a hurt sound.
So I roll a heal check and get better than a 10, is that what I do?
Yes, you do. That's how assist works.
You do nothing.
Yeah, I do nothing.
You're the worst.
So I think
ever.
this one's broken. Oh no, it's that one over there.
Yeah,
Sorry.
you're standing there poking the broken bones, going, I think this one was hurt, or maybe it was this one.
I pick up his arm and I flop the wrist around. I'm like, see, this one's definitely broke right here.
You know, I think people might be purple sometimes. Maybe the white parts of the bruise.
Just gonna like slap his hands away. It's just like you're making it worse.
What? I'm just trying to show you. Keep shaking the wrist, like. It's right here. See?
So I rolled a 19. So how can I fix him up?
All right. You get out your bandages. You get out.
The -2 from me.
Oh, Jesus.
That's not how this
No, it's not.
Thankfully-
Stop helping!
I might actually start incorporating that as a homebrew rule. If you attempt to assist but roll less than a 10, it actually detracts from it.
Or at least less than a 5. Like,
I just like the. I'm gonna have to go away and think about that. But okay, yeah, you
That's
can instantly
actually
find the
pretty
broken
fun.
bones. You know how to wrap them up. How to you quickly get his arm. You slap the halfling away and you crack it back into its original place. It makes a
Oh.
very unpleasant sound as you pop this prince's shoulder back in, but it's done.
yeah, you can use this to tie it up, and he hands you like the dirtiest, snottiest rag. Like,
Yo, stop helping!
The prince is he is obviously in pain, but you have seen to his active injuries. He's not gonna like die now.
Herbalist.
Varco.
Yes, let's see. I'm going. There's no one at the front sitting beside the bar, correct?
No, there is not.
Going to quickly jump up on there.
All right, you get up. The bard looks. He goes, you're my co-pilot. Good. You have I see your crossbow. Don't suck at it.
Marco will just kind of give a half-hearted smile and nod his head.
Alrighty, and then
That would be
Alrighty.
Keldor.
Keldor is going to ready a charge action for when the magic user stands up, because he will not attack a downed opponent.
Well, since he's moving next, you can count that as just doing it, because that's what he'll be doing after you move. So
Okay, so just straight up charging him. Okay, so charge is a +2?
yeah, +2 to attack and damage. And damage.
Yeah, it gives you a -2 AC after, though, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm doing. So just add 2 to these rolls. Because I don't have a macro set up for this.
That's absolutely fine.
Oh, jeez.
You murder that guy. Who's
So-
only a cast. What do you expect?
So what happens is you see him just running with the glaive behind him, and then as he passes the shaman looking dude, you don't even see the blade move. It's just all of a sudden the dude just falls in half.
We're doing some crazy anime shit here.
Yes.
100%.
We are.
Just for flavor, because I need to know, is the barbecue crispy goblin corpse still on the glaive as you do this?
No, because it got stuck on the body.
That's fantastic.
So I swung it with the goblin still attached, and the goblin just stuck to the body.
If
Quite literally
anybody
stuck.
ever watches this and feels the urge to make fan art, I know that's never going to happen. We aren't good or successful. That is the one bit of artwork I want to see. I want to see the 7.5-foot hyena man dash past an orc sorcerer, cutting him in half whilst removing the electrified, charred, barbecued corpse of a goblin from the top of his glaive. Anybody, please.
With a poorly done dark horse in the distance, just watching in amazement.
Like, not even like a full picture, just a silhouette with like eyes the size of melons.
Whatever. I just want to see it. Please, someone, anyone, please.
All right.
Alrighty. So yeah, he's dead. Those guys up there, they died ages ago. They're just taking up space. Yeah, there's only one orc left on the screen, and at this point, he is just running the fuck away.
I would too.
Oh, there's that guy there too. Yeah,
I let him live.
He's running away. Do you stop him as he gets up and rushes off?
No, I don't mind. I told him he could go.
Alrighty. The
Spread
wagon.
the word of what you've seen here.
The
A
wagon.
giant hyena man ripping people apart with a guy with like a crazy ass chain weapon, just ripping things to shreds.
Yes.
Alrighty. The wagon is waiting. It's waiting for everyone to come
go
in.
And pick up the. Oh, I apologize. I was going to go and pick up the stick that the magic missile came out of.
It didn't come out the stick. Sorry, I should have specified. He raised that and then it shot out of his finger. I goofed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it wasn't a wand or anything like that. Don't worry.
All right. In that case, look into the thing.
Alrighty, everyone, jump on the wagon of escapings.
I'm going to wait till it gets to me, and then I'm going to get onto it, like the outside.
So you're going to be riding from the outside. Okay.
I honestly don't think a 7.5 foot tall knoll would fit in there.
Not so much.
Not well, but maybe.
Maybe if I had the halfling in my lap.
Oh no, let's not make that fan art, please.
Make that
I ship
art.
I'm good without that too.
That's my kink. It's not, but
And let's move on with the campaign.
Hyena with Flick the Hedgehog sitting on his pocket. Oh god.
Like the hedgehog.
Anyway, are we still doing like based on initiative?
Well, since you are all in the wagon, you're all moving together unless you choose to specify to get out of the wagon.
No, I was gonna. I don't know if I want to though. That's the real question. I was gonna cast a spell, but with like everyone around me, I don't think you would.
Well, you're in the front. They're all in the back. They can't actually see what you're doing because they're
Only
inside.
the bard can.
No, I'm Kirath, not.
Oh, Kirath. Sorry, I'm mixing up. It's because she had cast a spell, and I instantly went to the sorcerer.
Yeah, he's not going to just like out himself in front of like 7 other people.
Not yet, anyways.
Like, doesn't even know there was any magic used.
Yes. Once you are all ready, you can start to see things a bit clearer. You know there's a shit ton of stuff like just blocking ways. So you know, well, you've got a variety of choices. You can either take the straightforward path down, but there appears to be a rather large-looking, blue-skinned, thick, white-bearded giant with a big fuck-off axe. Or there appears to be a nice little alleyway there, and maybe alleyways you can use it to navigate around the main streets. Maybe. The bard doesn't know where he's going. Someone needs to shout out and give him directions.
Down the alley, to the left, to the left, to the left. Everything you own in the box to the left.
That was my joke. Alrighty, so instead he's going to call upon his best Ozzy Osbourne impression and go, "All aboard!" And he's going to start singing Crazy Train to himself. First thing he does, he stops by to grab a knoll. Right.
Noel jumps on top. Like, let me see if I do this properly. Let's see how good I do this.
Natural 1. Natural 1. Natural 1.
Natural 1. Haven't got one yet.
All right. So, it's not a great jump. You kind of jump and you don't get high enough for your feet to get on there, but you can grab the top and you can pull yourself up and you actually feel a little bit silly.
Good enough. I'm on top of the wagon.
The bard turns. He moves.
That's a fast wagon.
Go speed wagon, go.
That's the Bugatti Veyron of wagons.
Okay, I am just going to save myself some time here and reveal this entire upper area of the map for my own convenience.
Oh shit, not down the alley. Go back, go back, go back.
Well, in the alley, there appears to be some skeleton boys and zombie boys who are, well, they're just kind of there. The bard, the bardic knock, he as he sees them, goes, "Oh, there's some dead people. What do I do?"
Don't make us dead people.
Run them over like you did the last ones.
Run them over. Oh, jeez.
So that's going to be a charge, and he's going to... Oh, this is going to be tight, because this wagon is kind of big, and it's going to...
The only way we're going to make it around the corner is with another drift.
Strength check to stay on.
Okay.
Dark Horse has got his crossbow out since that requires only one hand at the very minimum.
Yes. I'm assuming he's going to keep going right, because that's the easiest way for him to drift. He hits them, but the wagon is going to take some damage. He probably can't keep drifting and hitting things, because eventually the wagon will just break.
Wheels are going to explode?
Well, as in a big hole we put in the side of it, and maybe a wheel will break off. And so he gets rid of the nasty-looking skeleton boys who are in his way. Anybody who can't... Yeah, Keldor, Keldor, you're on the outside, aren't you?
That's why I rolled a strength check.
Thankfully, he's on the right side.
You're on the right-hand side.
I'm just on the top, and I'm like holding onto the top.
Okay, yeah. Then that strength check is good enough, because if you didn't, you would have hit the side of a wall.
God, that'd be like reverse roadkill. You hit something that wasn't an animal, yet the animal still got hurt.
Once again, it is an immensely tight corner. So, but he's not going at speed now, so he can just about make it through there. And then, thankfully, that's not really a corner. He can just pop on out the other side. As he...
Go to the right! Go to the right!
Go to the right.
All right.
There's a big troll-looking thing there. You think you guys can take on a troll at level 1?
Not a chance, but...
No, turn the cart to the right, which would be the way it's facing now.
Yeah, it's this way.
Oh, yeah.
That away.
Stage right, go.
Yes, my bad. I totally misinterpreted it. And doing that, this troll kind of turns and looks at you and goes... As this wagon just brimming with people emerges, there's, fucking goblin corpse trapped in the wheel and skeleton bones. And this bard just looks and goes, "I'm not big enough for a troll. Come! Mush horses, mush!"
As it turns around, you see Dark Horse in the back just flipping him off.
If anyone wants to, they can make attacks at the troll, or, you're coming up behind some rather unpleasant-looking dead people.
Alrighty. This is going to be either really awesome or really bad. I am going to jump as soon as he gets close enough. I am jumping off and taking a swing at this guy.
Okay. Is anybody else doing anything or wanting to prepare to do anything?
Well, I'm gonna draw a couple daggers then.
Alrighty.
Okay, let's go. I'm an
And
idiot.
I'm up at the front of the cart, like behind Matthias, giving him like that's where I'm yelling my driving directions from.
Yeah, you're essentially peering up over his shoulder. Going,
I was thinking more in between, like the crook of his arm.
oh yeah, I like
He's
that.
holding the reins. Yeah. Still using him as a shield.
Classy.
Yeah. It's the only way to survive this long.
Exactly. Okay, Keldor, when we're going to keep initiative out of this, you can leap off and you can attack somebody. Anyone else who's making attacks, unload on these skeleton and zombie bastards.
Jeez, I am rolling for shite.
Do you want to roll a tumble check to try and avoid taking fall damage?
Well, might as well. I probably won't do very well on that.
Natural one, baby.
Nope,
No.
not natural one. I have negatives for that because I'm wearing
Jeez.
armor.
Yeah.
Yep.
You take 3 fall damage as you're now on the floor. Matthias, he's pulled the reins. Like he's not charging these guys because he doesn't want to do any more damage to the wagon. Because if that thing breaks, you guys are fucked.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he knows. Okay, let's. We've got 8 guys in this wagon. Collectively, we can wipe out some skeletons and some zombies. That's
Okay,
his thinking, anyhow.
Okay.
So
Do I still get the attack, or did I screw up enough that I don't get the attack?
it's not a natural one. If it had been a natural one, I would have said you screw up enough that you don't get the attack.
Okay.
I'm going to treat it as, it's kind of like not suicide, but it's I'm willing to hurt myself in this attack. So I'm going to assume that you were like stabbing or slashing your glaive as you were falling or jumping.
So,
The
okay,
only
yeah.
problem is you didn't land. So you'll be hitting them, but then you land like flat on your chest as you do so.
Oh,
Jesus, mother.
totally worth it.
Wow.
Just
Yeah.
like hopped off, slashed, and then fell onto my shoulders and rolled up,
Oh
taking
yeah,
damage.
you land. It's like some stupid ass crap from WWE. You've gone like leaping and smashing something in someone, and then you hit the floor and go, oh. I'm not even a wrestling fan, but that's how I imagine it. It's just some nut job idea of it
So I
was,
get sneak attack here, right?
um
On these guys, or did they see us coming?
you would do, but these are undead. They
Right.
I'm
are-
dead.
Okay.
Mm.
Immune to sneak attack, yeah. Immune to criticals. What's the -4 striking with a second weapon without second weapon fighting? 2-weapon fighting. -4, isn't it?
Depends on what the second weapon is.
Yeah.
What the first
Oh, right,
one
it's a
was.
small weapon, so
Well, it's light. That's
Light?
what you mean.
yeah, light. That's
See, are
It's
you
either a
throwing
-6
these?
yeah.
Unfortunately, well, can you throw 2 things at the same time?
Yes.
Yes. I suppose that's what rapid shot is for, essentially, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you'll just take a -4 for throwing the second one.
Yeah, and the first one is at normal, right?
Yes.
Or like a -2 or something.
Two. It's -2.
-2 and -4. Okay.
Yeah.
There.
All right. So,
Is it?
-20, -2. -20 is not going to give me
Jesus
anything.
Christ, man.
Yeah, 1 damage with the first one.
Maybe.
Okay. And the second one.
-4 on the second one. Yeah, 0.
How do you do
How?
0 down? Oh,
I
because of your strength.
so I have a -2 to strength.
You take a
one.
minimum of 1 damage.
Yeah.
But it doesn't know that apparently.
Well,
So
oh, Jesus Christ. You realize that means you can only ever deal 1 damage with a dagger.
oh
Yeah.
crap.
Because of your -2 and it's a D3. Your dagger deals
So
1
you
damage.
There is a feat that allows you to
Apply dex.
actually do a dex on your damage. So
Yeah.
Are you sure?
I know.
I've actually looked around for that one. I know that there's
it's
like
in
limits to-
complete adventure.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got that. In fact, I think that book is right in front of me somewhere. I need to double check. Yeah, I know.
Right next
the
to me
feat.
somewhere. Yeah.
I highly recommend getting it. Otherwise, you need sneak attack, but you can only ever do 1 damage.
Yeah, might have to take that.
Okay.
It might be a class.
Next person who wants to do anything to this group of undead people blocking your path.
Let's see, how far away is that? Within charging distance. All right. Dismount, and then I'd like to fully charge one of them.
Yep, go right ahead.
And I'm going to see if I can spike chain them. I'm going to say the word amateurs as I watch them go by.
As you
Poetic justice.
bumble.
Poetic justice. I'll take it.
Yeah, as you rush forward, I like to imagine, not because kids trying to look cool,
Oh, I'm trying to look cool. Don't worry.
Oh, you are actively trying to look cool, then yeah, that makes it even
100%.
worse. I like to imagine that you were letting your chain drag on the ground behind you as you were going to rush forward, and you accidentally trip up and tie up your own feet in your chain.
All right.
You are flat-footed. Well, technically you're prone because you're tripped. You're on the floor.
And I lost 2 of my AC because I charged.
Yep.
All right, I'll take it.
Poetic justice. Anybody
100%.
else who thinks they can do anything against these undead?
Yeah, Zendrix will lean out and take a shot at one.
Okay. Any specific or just the one who looks like it should get hit? Max
Whichever one's the
damage.
closest.
Nice one. Okay. That is enough to drop that fellow. He's gone.
His master shoot out. See if we'll then bust out the back and run and try to bite at one.
I'll instead of jumping out the back, I like to imagine Sif is going to leap out the front in between Mateus and Varco and just leap forward.
Right over Flick's head. Just right above it, like
This-
belly brushing.
Go for it.
Like Free Willy style.
Attack this guy. Go, go, go!
How fast are wolves?
They have a movement speed of 50, I think.
Yes, they do.
That is stupid. I want it.
You do have 4 legs. And it also fails.
I'm really that one too.
Oh, dang it. Yeah. It made the amazing leap, but then, Okay, this is just because I have so many stupid dogs. Have you ever seen one when they really didn't time their jump very well and they just
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, the wolf.
Oh, yeah.
It did this really elegant looking jump, but then fumbles and flails around on the floor a little bit. Okay, the only people who haven't made a move so far, the Bard, Cleric, and Sorcerer. Darvik he's going to be preoccupied making sure the prince is doing okay and staying alive, so he's preoccupied doing that. Kirath and Varco, is there anything you guys want to do?
While everyone's distracted, I'm going to cast Cure Light Wounds on the prince.
That is a good call. roll for healing.
Hmm.
So, well, cure light wounds, so that's just, D8 plus 1.
Yep.
Unless you've got like a macro or anything.
I can hook you up with them later, but I'll just say roll for it right now.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. All right. Yeah. You do that. He looks instantly a lot better, but he wakes up from his unconsciousness. He's still very heavily injured. He can't move around. He looks and goes, oh, please, the triad. They truly do guide us. And he's going to close his eyes and have a little sleep.
Sure, buddy. Sure.
If you say so.
Alrighty. Varco, is there anything you would like to do?
Vaco's just gonna have his loaded crossbow, like, waiting. Seems like those three down there kind of are taking care of business.
Alrighty.
I mean,
two of them kind of almost killed themselves.
Yep, they're taking care of business.
At this point, I just need to double check something. Ooh, that's good. That's good. Oh, it's only A. Dang, I thought he could affect multiple. Darn it! Might have to put the undead ones here. Would have been better for a different one. Never mind. The undead fellow that looks like it's closest to any of you, Mateus Knock, is gonna stand up, and he's gonna whip his loop round, which he's got very nicely tied on like a really cool sash. He's gonna whip it down and strum a chord. He's gonna go, "Don't hurt my friend, smelly man!" And with that, a weird magical presence strikes off of the chord as the zombie makes a will save and fails, stops dead in its tracks, and looks dazed at what just happened. So that means those other three, they're going to just turn and attack the guys who are closest. Well, that's a nat 1.
Where are they moving?
I'm going to do that now. That zombie is dazed, so he's not moving anywhere. This guy's moving in there. He is moving there.
I get an attack of opportunity on him.
And he is moving there. Make your attack of opportunity. See if you can take out Skelly Man.
I think I take out Skelly Man.
You take out Skelly Man before he gets there. Done. The other two Skelly Mens, well, one of them got a nat 1, so when he goes to swing, he's going to fall flat on his face. In fact, he's going to trip up over Dark Horse. So there's just two of you crumpled up on the floor. And the other Skelly Man, he did not roll good enough to hit your AC, so he's going to swing his...
Now, my AC at the moment,
Whoops.
is he talking to me or you?
I'm talking to Keldor.
Okay.
What is your AC at the moment?
Dark Horse's AC at the moment. My flat-footed is 14. I took -2 for charging, and they would get a +4 to hit me on the ground.
You're fine. One who tried to attack you, he rolled a nat 1, so he's also on the floor.
All right, cool.
Keldor, your AC is 17, right?
16.
16 at the moment. Okay, yeah.
The shield.
Skelly Man does not hit you. His sword just clangs against your armor. React quickly, and then we progress.
Okay. I will shift back 5 feet and poke him and slash away at him.
Do it.
And I dropped my freaking weapon. Holy crap, that's a lot of nat ones in a row.
Wait, hold on. Was the first? Oh no, the first one was your attack of opportunity. I thought it just rolled twice for some reason.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
I mean, we got a lot of good rolls early on, and now the fails are all hitting us.
Now,
Yeah.
The monsters are getting nat ones right now, too.
Yep.
Baco's nodding his head. It's like, yep, everyone down there is doing just fine.
okay.
All right.
Holy crap.
Purely because of the amount of nat ones that have just occurred, you guys are making me have to roll for a thing. You guys are so freaking unlucky.
Oh shit! Very, very close by. Can I make a reflex save to try and roll out of the way of that shit?
Well, I was going to ask you all to roll a reflex save. Everyone who is within 5 feet of that, make a reflex save.
Do I get an advantage since I was technically looking directly up, being prone?
Advantage doesn't exist in this edition. Flick, you're fine. Ooh, Dark Horse, not quite so good.
Lay it on me.
You take 5 damage from this.
Do I have to do it? I think I'm far.
Keldor, you are safe enough.
Okay.
Sif, you also take 5 damage. However, since there is nothing for this fireball to burn except people, that has eradicated the remaining dead people blocking your path. You may.
That was my plan the whole time.
You may continue onward.
Luke jumps out and grabs his 2 daggers first.
And I'm just like, okay, let's go. And I climb back up on.
And super quick glance, none of those dead bodies have any jewelry or anything or coin purses on them, right?
Not a chance.
Okay, in the cart.
Okay. You do a thing. That's what you do.
We just do a thing.
You approach the gate as you turn and go through it, exiting from the inner wall of the city. You now get to see what has been going on in the outer circle, which is kind of just as bad.
Not my house.
Once again, you are posed with a very simple question. Which direction?
I don't know about you guys, but I think straight down.
South.
Heading straight forward.
There's 3 groups of smaller guys down to the south. There's 2 groups of smaller guys and a big guy to the right. East.
That big guy scares me.
That big ogre-looking dude, yeah, that would probably scare you. Just if you think you can rush past everything heading south.
Yeah, I say we just try and blow by them.
There is
Best chance.
a couple unicorns.
You can just
Yeah,
run
we
past.
can take them.
I mean, you've already killed 1 unicorn. These unicorns are sprinting. They are kind of on a mission. They are moving forward. They are not looking like they're stopping for anything. They just move.
Alrighty, south it is. Let's go.
First blockade of enemies. It's more dead people. Do you risk charging through them?
You got a lot of people to get through.
You got a lot of people to get through.
Hold on.
What if we just go to the edge and go through one person instead of 6?
You could do that.
Yeah, let's just
Do that.
blow through the side.
I
Yeah.
am looking around to see if there's more fireballs coming down.
I am
Where?
so glad someone has finally decided to acknowledge that. Because, yes, I know I haven't been like overly describing. Like, if you look up into the sky, it is black. It is scary.
You don't have to feed us stuff like that.
Oh no, we know. We're just like
I did just get hit with that, so.
Yeah. If you look up and you look out among city, there are these big, massive fireballs are dropping everywhere sporadically, along with lightning bolts, and this place is being full-on assaulted and attacked. I know I'm not constantly dropping new fireballs. It's just because there's already so much shit going on. But because you have only got one very small section of the city marked on this map, everywhere which I am not showing you is on fire, pretty much. In fact,
we're in one of the better districts, which hasn't been hit as hard.
Well, yeah,
course,
you're heading south. You can make the assumption that these guys came from the north and have been making their way down and around the outer circle. So
Good thing that the security systems in this town are so, up to date. Glad we all heard the alarm go off and shit.
You really think there's an alarm for, a storm came over and it rained fire?
Magic isn't allowed, so I can't imagine they've got
There should be
magic thing for that.
Yeah.
No.
There should be an alarm for the apocalypse. That's all I'm saying.
Well,
I was in command. There'd be an alarm for the apocalypse.
well,
not some old guy. Not some old guy who wanders into pubs. We need an actual bell.
Right? Make it a young guy. A guy with good working legs who can make it to lots of pubs quick.
Who doesn't shout things like a crazy asshole.
And
You can still show things.
Okay. What's your
Smash
plan?
through the one on the. Smash through this guy. Let's go this way.
Alrighty. You're going to take a few attacks opportunity from rushing past, but that's okay because, well, that guy hits, miss, and yep, trample. So guy on the end, he's dead. The outside of the cart. Is anyone on the left-hand side? No.
Everyone's inside except for whoever's on
Keldor.
the top. Yeah,
I'm
Keldor.
on the top.
Okay, whoever is on the left-hand side, of the cart itself, sat on that side, I'm just going to roll a chance. Okay, the person who's the most south on the inside, a sword gets stabbed into the cart and hits the guy at the bottom. I think.
That's the prince.
Yeah, I just fixed that guy. Can we not break him?
Well, it's fine. It's only 1 damage because it's having to pierce through a big wooden thing. But yeah, Prince just got stabbed. He's not looking. He goes, I still need to decide this guy's voice properly, so it's not very good at the moment. Kind of lets out a, ugh, me fucking back. Continue with
All those years of royal etiquette.
I'm going to take a look at the injury.
It's not very deep. It's a flesh wound. It'll heal.
You'll live.
I would like to make my way up if I can push past people to get to the front of the cart.
Yep, you can do that. And you can climb up onto the top to be with Keldor if you so please.
Okay. I assume that I see the goblins that are all currently right here.
Yeah, you see some guys and they've all got bows drawn.
Okay. I am going to start waving my hands and even, I'm hoping that one of them knows enough of common just to say, get out of the way, get out of the way, he's not going to stop.
That's fantastic. I need to make some checks to see if they can understand that.
I will make a bluff check to see if I can actually relay that message. Oh, fuck. As it happens, I am currently still making the middle finger as I'm waving my hand.
You climb up onto the top, and you've essentially stuck up 2 middle fingers, and in your mind you are thinking he's not going to move, and what has actually come out is he's not going to move. If you don't move, we're going to kill you.
Yep.
So,
which is true.
Yeah, none of them.
Yeah, that's not wrong.
None of them quite get the grasp of what you're trying to say, so you continue your charge forward. Sans Zombie, who's trying to tag along, he is not joining you. As you approach, they're going to unleash a volley of arrows. There's 5 of them. They're going to, and actually not, there's 5 of you on display. Flick is obviously technically covered, but attack at Bard misses. Attack at Varco. Oh, yikes. That's an 18. Does that hit you?
That definitely hits.
Flick, that guy misses because he rolled a 4.
Yeah.
It's a 15 for Dark Horse and 7 for Keldor. So I think the only person who actually gets hit is Varco. Thankfully, it's just one of these little goblins with their crossbows. You lucky bastard. 1 damage. And what's the retaliation to this onslaught of bolts and arrows?
Let's sling my own bolt at the guy who shot me.
Do it. Show that little bitch who's boss.
Or maybe not.
Well, you hit him. It's so annoying because if you had rolled anything higher, he'd have been unconscious because he's on 1 hit point. Is that accounting for point blank shot?
I am accounting for all that, yeah. It's there.
Yeah, I didn't make the bard give you inspire courage yet.
That's right. I think the bard is just yelling and screaming and telling the horses to go, I'm sure.
Yeah. You're going to continue. Nope. I'm just drawing lines now. They all tried to attack their bows. Fine. You trample past. As you're charging, a unicorn is going to charge past in the opposite direction, plunging further into the city. You can see the gate. You can see the exit to Dundee. All that stands before you is this one final line of skeletons and zombies.
Move. Just go through. Quick.
Continue the charge. Is anyone going to attack them as you go past? Or
Yeah, I'm actually going to attack this guy as soon as I can get in range with him.
That's what the roll on the crossbow is for.
But then
Before I should have.
Let me just double check. Skeleton boy on the end. Ooh, yeah, unfortunately you miss him. It's very close though. They're going to make attacks of opportunity on the cart. That does nothing. That does nothing. Ooh, another good hit. That's a good hit. Oh, yikes. The last 3 hits were an 18, a 19, and a 20. So...
was one of them done by this guy? Because that was my attack on him as we pass by. And I get it to attack before they do because of reach.
Yeah, one of them was him, and he's dead. So that was the 20 gone. Just to figure out who they attack, who they stab through the side of the wagon. Person in the middle, and the prince again. Poor prince.
I just fixed him.
The prince takes another 1 damage, and whoever is next to him, whoever's in the middle spot, takes 3 damage. as swords pierce
That'd be
through
the
the
wolf.
wooden wagon.
Yeah, that's the
Oh,
wolf.
poor Sif. So Sif takes 3 damage, Prince takes another 1, as you make your final charge out of the gates of Dundee. As you ride south, smoke billows from the burning city as it obviously is collapsing under a powerful, evil invading force. If you look over to the east, you can see the first light of dawn. Mateus
On
Nog.
towards daylight.
Well, let's get out of here.
Yes, Mateus Nog turns to, or this isn't like, ooh, you're outside the wall. He gets like a good, however far away, like a good, I don't know, like half a mile or a couple 100 meters. So you can pull up and stop and go, okay, I don't think we're going to get set on fire. And he turns and goes, well, that put a rather quick end to my career in Dundee. Does anyone have any suggestions where we head now?
Lick is just sort of like staring out the back of the wagon at his home burned down before his eyes.
Yeah.
Dark Horse realizes that he's out of work for the moment too.
Pretty serious emotional moment, you know. To those of you who the city means something, it's gone. It's
Fuck you,
destroyed.
Dundee!
To those of you who may have issues with the archaic, overly evil, it's not evil, overly strict rule of Dundee, maybe it's a slight bittersweet concept. Like, well, yeah, you know, that's bad, but maybe they won't kill us magic users anymore.
Maybe that could have helped on this.
Payback is
Probably.
a bitch.
So, with that, I will leave you all in suspense of where you go next. You will have, obviously, you've got the next week to think about what you want to do, what you want your characters to explore. Yes, hope you all enjoyed it. Hope anybody who watches this video, providing this damn thing has worked and we haven't just been sat here talking and none of it has recorded because I might just cry. Fingers crossed. Hope you all...
I've had it open. It's been working.
Oh, sweet. Good. Yes. We will be here same time next week for more tales from the Kingdom of Fife. What will our heroes do? Dundee has fallen to a unicorn invasion. You know, it's the unicorn invasion of Dundee.
That's the best title. That needs to be the title of the video.
I can do that. And at that moment, Mateus not kind of, he raised an arrow and goes, if it wasn't such a tragic moment, I bet I could make a really cool song about that.
Bet you could write a song about it.
He kind of like plucks a few notes on it on his lute and goes, the unicorn invasion of Dundee.
Fuck Dundee! Fuck Dundee!
Yeah. Also, this is finally a little bit of information. For those of you who don't know, viewers and players, yes, this entire campaign and world is heavily inspired by the power metal album by the band Glory Hammer called Tales from the Kingdom of Fife. Players, don't go listen to the album. It'll ruin everything for you.
Oh, great.
I heard what I have to do now.
It's fine. You go listen to the album if you like. You might get some vague ideas of what I want to do, but I'm adding in loads of other stuff as well, so it won't actually ruin things. This is just where I got, you know, place names, ideas, a vague story concept. It's most of this is my ideas and my planning, and it's just
fun.
heavily influenced. So before like any clever person tries to go, you stole this from it, like, no, I admit that this entire thing is from the heavy metal album.
Hey, Hey,
Wish we had the beer.
We wouldn't have to worry about plagiarism so much. But I mean, is there anything as original anymore? That's my question. So it works.
I have a very sarcastic and probably offensive answer to that, so I'm going to not say it. Anyhow, thank you everybody who has tuned in. Once again, I am the Bardic Knock. You can find me on Twitter at the Bardic Knock. There's other things. I will put links in stuff. Does anybody else feel the need to plug themselves and whatever media attention they would like from potential viewers?
I would like to plug the person who drew the picture for the Dark Horse. The person's name. Let me actually find the Tumblr for them real fast.
That is absolutely fine.
Let's see. So the person's name is Thomas-Safezone at tumblr.com. He or she, I'm not exactly sure, works very hard and is able to do all of these awesome commissions with very, very little information, so long as you get him, at least something referencing what you're looking for. He's very quick, has a very competitive price. I'd recommend him anywhere.
Alrighty. Anyone else got anything they want to plug?
Not of yet, because I haven't actually started doing art for commission. But I did draw the art for my particular piece.
Yes.
I would just like to take a second to plug Flick and the fact that he robbed, I think, 5 people in the initial game. And we'll just see how long it takes us to break that record.
And he was a useless healer's assistant.
Okay. With that, thank you everybody for showing up and watching this video in which some English person told everyone else why their hometown burnt to the ground. This is what we do, apparently. And we will hope to see you all next week as we continue in our Tales from the Kingdom of Fife. Thank you. And this is the Bardic Knock wishing you good health and happy adventuring.